Hello, and welcome to Dork Tales. This is Rime of the Frostmaiden, episode 1. So, hi everybody, how's it going? I'm your Dungeonmaster Kelly, and joining me tonight are 4 fantastic players from across the lands, ranging from Vancouver Island all the way down to Los Angeles. So, how's LA down there, Hayden?
It's pretty. It was pretty hot today, surprisingly. Yeah. But
oh, really?
You know, less smoky. It doesn't look like Mad Max outside anymore, so
that's good.
I'll take it.
So, if you hadn't realized, we are doing the Rime of the Frostmaiden adventure from Wizards of the Coast, and this begins our journey with episode 1 today. We're really happy to have you on board with us, and with that, let's go ahead and let's all introduce ourselves, starting with, let's just go in order. So, Christine.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm playing Callie Thornhill, the halfling druid.
All right. Hayden, back to you.
Hello, everybody. My name's Hayden Daviau. I'm going to be...
Freezing.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Hayden was having some problems with their internet, so we will...
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you a wee bit now.
Okay, I don't know why the internet is so stupid today, but I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
So I'm going to be playing Lysithian Callisto, the moon elf.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good to have
And
you,
hopefully
Hayden.
I don't die.
Oh, you... Well,
No promises.
no promise.
Because I'm playing a wizard, so more than my internet might die today.
Oh, okay. Let's just hope your internet has more hit points than you do.
It doesn't.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Hello, Robin, and welcome to Dork Tales. This is your first time with us.
Hello, yeah, I'm super excited. I'm going to be playing Vistra Dankil, a mountain dwarf, and likes to smash things. She's a little bit barbaric at times, most of the time, actually.
One might even say that she's a barbarian.
One might say that.
Okay. Two might not.
Two might not.
Yeah.
Most of them do.
And hello, Mike.
Hey, guys. I'm Mike. I'm going to be playing Katerina Firestring. She is our human bard.
Nice. Well, it's good to have you back, Mike. I know you've been wanting some more D&D in your life, and now you have it 2 days a week.
Yay!
All right, so we are going to be starting right off in a moment. I'm just doing a last little audio thing. So, Rime of the Frostmaiden takes place in the world of the Forgotten Realms, Faerun, above this region called the Spine of the World. It is equivalent to being in, say, northern Greenland, inside the Arctic Circle, etc. And the backstory for the game is that sometime within the last 2, a little bit further than that, years, a being known as Oral, the Frostmaiden, goddess of ice and snow and winter, has plunged this land into darkness. There is no light, with the exception of the hours of 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., when the day rises to a roughly twilight illumination. People are still traveling into this area, which is called Icewind Dale, and living among the 10 towns that are here. But for the most part, it's once you get in, it's really hard to get out. It's definitely risking your life to try to make it out. I like your tankard. Good job. So, does anybody have any questions before we start and just jump right into the story?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you one piece of information right off the bat, and that is each one of you, besides having your own secret, all of you are from, or at least have been living for several months inside of the 10 towns region. Whenever you go to a new one of the 10 towns, unless you decide you do not have the information, you should all know who the town speaker is, more or less the mayor or head of council, where the inns are, where the shops are, Any noteworthy NPCs that would have a write-up in the book, you have a really good chance of having known. If not, I'll let you know and say like, oh, this is someone you've never met before, etc. Besides that, you all are starting off with one set of cold weather clothing. Cold weather clothing is really great because normally if you are out in the cold and are not wearing appropriate clothing, you risk suffering some temporal exhaustion, some temperate side effects. In cold weather clothing, you automatically succeed any rolls that I ask for, where I'm like, okay, you're out in a blizzard. You'll succeed that unless your clothes are wet.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Sorry. Yep. Zoom died again. I apologize. I don't know what's happening with the internet tonight. Usually it's spotless.
It's true. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear the thing about cold weather clothing?
Just the very tail end of it.
You have a set.
Okay, cool.
So all of you should also have your starting equipment and any gold given from your background. And with that, we are starting in the small town known as Bremen, which is one of the most northernly towns in the 10 towns. It's a small village of about, I believe, 150 people. About 150 people. It's a very friendly town, but doesn't have much in the way of services or comfort. And the last thing that you need to know is that the locals are very superstitious in the 10 towns. They believe that Oral can be bribed. She can be assuaged by offerings and sacrifices. So each one of the towns has come up with their own sacrifice that they grant to Oral. The larger towns, as you have probably stayed at some point, hold a lottery. On the new moon of every month, one person who loses the lottery is staked out in the ice as a sacrifice to die of exposure. In the smaller...
Don't hang around on the new moons.
Well, that could also really hurt your reputation if you abandon town on that night. Why is your life more important than everyone else's? As we might soon see. In smaller towns like Bremen, that are kind of the middle level, you have the sacrifice of warmth. Oh, pardon me. Actually, on the middle towns, you get something else. On the smaller ones, you get the sacrifice. No, I was right. Sacrifice of warmth means that on the new moon, no fires or heat sources are lit between dusk and dawn. Everyone in the town often gathers inside of inns and other places of warmth and huddle together against the cold and hope not to die in the night. Anyone who lights a fire is savagely beaten. And in the smallest towns that can afford to, they sacrifice a full day's catch of food out onto the ice for seals and... Oh, I thought Hayden was just looking majestic, but I think their internet broke again. They look really majestic in this shot, though.
Yeah, like it's a great pose.
Like that ear angle is
That's just fantastic.
That's
I'm
perfect.
just going to screen cap... Just leave it on there. Okay.
Her internet must have rolled an @1.
Seriously. If it's good enough for a donkey, it's good enough for you.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yes. I mean, you're a bard. Time to seduce everything we come across. A yeti! I seduce it.
Okay.
Be warned, the yeti likes to cuddle.
It's okay. We can manage that. We've got some big people on the team.
Do we? I'm only 5 foot, 4 foot, something, 5 foot.
Yeah, but the other two are tall.
That's true.
I am 5'8".
I'm 2'11".
Nice.
Oh my god. You are literally
I'm a dog.
You are literally shorter than half your height in real life.
Yep.
You're not allowed to ride roller coasters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
Okay, Hayden's on their way back, which means that we can actually play some Dungeons and Dragons. Satan.
Alright.
Dungeons.
I'm just loading up a bunch of stuff in my Amazon shopping cart for the character.
Hayden has entered the waiting room.
Nice. There's some good stuff on there. There's more stuff
Yeah.
for men than there is for women. Comes like fantasy LARP
All
gear.
right, one
All
second.
the women's stuff is like chainmail bikinis and like leather straps.
All right.
I heard chainmail bikinis and leather straps.
And then that's
I was
Yep.
basically mourning the fact that Amazon mainly carries fantasy men's outfit stuff
Yeah.
that is actually practical and
Are-
real,
can I
whereas the women's stuff is chainmail, see-through, and leather straps.
can I point
that's
out one thing? Never ever search Dungeonmaster costume on Amazon.
Okay.
It's so good.
No,
Latex?
you need to wear that.
What?
Oh, that one.
That's our Halloween episode. We dress as ourselves and not in cosplay. So that's what you have to wear, Kelly. You just dress in your normal attire.
This is my normal attire.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
you would be, well, maybe not surprised, but how much time he spends in a cloak.
Christine, I wouldn't be surprised.
Didn't think
Just a
so.
cloak
I mean,
and-
I assume you.
It just
swan
means that I
around
take the
as-
shirt
in a
off and it's
cloak
just
whenever you
like,
feel
hi
like it."
guys.
Yes, I do.
Welcome.
It's not unusual for me to just get bored or stressed and then just go put on full cosplay because I'm like, I need to relax. Oh, full glam? Okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make a quick
I've-
note.
I found a
I-
mask on Amazon that says Daddy Dungeon Master.
That's what I need for the games that I run here.
I think we need to not get that phrase restarted on our streams.
Daddy DM? Yeah, that happened for a while ago. What
That
game? Was that
happened for a
Fandalia?
while.
That did happen.
What game was that where I became Daddy DM?
That was
That's-
generic.
Oh god.
I think so, yes. Though I think I need to get this wig in like all the colors that Arda offers.
Dude, I love
Yes.
Arda. They're so good and they shipped so fast.
See you later, Blue Mimic. All right, guys.
Hi,
Guess what
Glenn.
time
I'm
it
sorry
is?
I wasn't here.
It's time for Dungeons and Dragons.
Ah.
All right. So, like I said before, wind conditions and ice conditions are very, very bad for adventurers who are not made of, ice. So that includes all of you. With that in mind, remember that you want to keep your cold weather outfit dry and that you each have a set of it. Besides that, all of you will start with 1 point of inspiration tonight. Remember that inspiration can be spent to give yourself advantage on any roll, to remove disadvantage and roll normally, or you can grant it to an opponent, to an ally, or inflict it on an opponent if you choose. Also, if you're using it on yourself, I'll let you do it after you roll.
Yay.
You can't do that
Oh,
on an
nice.
opponent after they roll, though.
That makes sense.
Aw.
If I'm like, well, you're dead, and you're like, oh, contraire. No, leave. Especially for saying French in my game. None of that. No.
No.
Oui?
Non.
No.
Non.
None.
No. Okay.
Man.
Tavern music. We're not starting in a tavern. We're starting in...
Oh, I guess I need to launch roll 20.
Hopefully that's not what
Again.
killed your
Hopefully
computer.
that doesn't crash your encounter.
No, I don't think it's roll 20. I think I blame California.
Well, we will find out in a minute when you watch it.
I don't think that's what it was because I'm like,
Well, you never know because we never used it in Fandalia.
That's true.
that's true, but also
Scary.
let's find out. I'm loading in, so we'll find out once I can hear the music.
I gotta start the music, so that'll help.
Also, I don't hear music.
Yeah, 1 sec. And that's going to make my system do something crazy.
Yeah, sorry about
Thanks,
that, y'all.
James.
I don't
Good to
know
see
what
you.
happened.
Wheat?
That's okay.
It's okay. Life happens. We find a way.
We were saying it's
Life-
better that you had this than me, because I'd be flipping out if my internet died on me.
Oh, I was. I was losing my mind over here. I was like, no!
Okay.
It's like,
So we should have some music coming across. What is even happening with this, guys?
I can hear it.
Wait, can you hear it?
You can hear?
It's
Yeah,
Not, it's not playing for me.
I can't hear
I
it.
can hear like icy sounds and shit.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just gonna.
I don't
refresh.
have. I'm not listening to stream, so.
Okay. So hold on. I'm just restarting. And we'll see if it works again. Technical difficulties in game 1 are always the best.
Hey, at least we're dealing with it in game 1 and just figuring it out.
Okay, so let's just load up Winter Woods off tabletop audio. Hopefully this will work for all of y'all.
Oh my god, whoever in the chat has Anthropologeek, you're fantastic. I love it.
That's pretty great.
That is a fantastic name. It's great.
Okay, so Winter Woods. Okay, cool. Should be working now.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
I am getting nothing.
I refreshed.
Yeah,
And
you,
it
Yeah,
seems
sometimes
to
you
work.
have to refresh.
Refresh again.
And then make sure it's like, make sure you've given Roll20 permission to access your video and audio. And then also,
because it did
if you
play
go
earlier, and I did hear it when we were testing it.
Yeah, if you go under your settings where you do the master music volume level, scroll down a little bit.
Yes.
And then under video plus audio chat options, want to make sure that your audio output source is what you're listening to.
okay. All right, so as soon as you
Yes.
are all good to go, we're going to start game.
That should be the right one.
Okay, and...
All right, I've got music.
Okay, there it goes. I'm getting a lot of sound there.
Okay. Welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden. Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Oral, the Frostmaiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in scattering of settlements known as the 10 Towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frostmaiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from the winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle, and in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. Our story begins in what would be a pleasant evening anywhere else. But here, amidst the swirling Arctic temperatures and blisteringly cold winds, you find yourself out past 7th Bell, moving among the darkness. One of you is holding a lantern in their hand. As you press into the blizzard, which one of you is it? All
I
right.
will.
Callie, you're holding this this lantern, which is giving you a small halo of light. All of you know enough not to take out torches, because the cold winter winds will snuff them out. Even those of you with dark vision are finding yourself hard-pressed to see beyond half your normal dark vision distance, as the snow whips and blisters down on you, even dressed as you are. There are almost 24 of you out here in the darkness north of Bremen, a small village at the north of Icewind Dale. You all broke off into groups, 6 different groups, and were separated. This is the first time that you 4 have likely worked together in this capacity. And as you move through the Arctic temperatures, you find white and black, the only colors that are in view, overwhelming your senses as the snow plasters against the fur on your outfits, against what exposed hair and skin there is. The reason for you heading out here is that earlier tonight, Dorpgruff Shaleskar, the speaker of Bremen, has once again gone missing. an ancient dwarf, well into his elderly years. Rumors say that his mind is addled with age. This is the second time in this month where he has wandered off into the ice. You might not all have been here for the first search party, but you're here now. You've been out searching for what seems like forever, but is a little over an hour. You can't imagine that he'll be holding up very well at all. Vistra, you are particularly comfortable in this temperature. And being... are you dressed in cold weather gear?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
Good to bundle up,
Sounds good.
just in case.
You're a very cold-blooded dwarf, though. Like, you've got some very hardy resistances. As you continue northward, you find that the snow swirling around you begins to bury you up to your waist, Callie. A tiny halfling, bundled up. You find yourself hopping alongside the dwarf, who is taking long, broad steps with her stubby legs in order to keep up with the other two. How tall are you, Lysithian?
I am 5'10".
Great. So you are the tallest member of the party. Basically, you're in sequential height, elf, human, dwarf, halfling.
Fair enough.
Who is taking the lead to look for Dorgruff?
I will cast light, and I will take the lead.
Does light require concentration?
No, it does not.
Does
It's
not,
just
okay.
a cantrip.
All right. A small ball of light appears in your hand. What are you casting it on, specifically?
Going to cast it on. Oh, what would I be holding? I don't have anything.
Do you have like a walking stick or something?
For the snow, yes, I would have a walking stick. So I will cast it on the top of my walking stick.
All right. An illumination matches the lantern that is in Callie's hand, and you can see a little bit better. You already have dark vision, but the light pushes a little bit further out, giving your dark vision an extra half reach. You have dark vision of 60 feet?
Yes.
Okay, so it's about 45 feet right now, so not terrible. If you're taking point, I am going to just make a survival roll for all of you.
You're breaking the trail.
Who has survival as a skill? And
I do.
what are your scores?
5.
5?
2.
2.
I have a +2 to my survival.
2, and Vistra.
+3.
+3. All right, so as you meander into the white, there will be moments where the wind picks up so much that it actually still blocks out your lantern light and the light from your staff for just a moment. But that moment is enough as you're trudging through the depths. Callie, you will notice suddenly as you begin to become separated, and Katerina, the red-haired human, begins to step a bit toward what you see is a less snowy area. And as she steps, you will hear just a soft come beneath the press of snow, a cracking sound. What do you do?
Oh no.
Get back, get back, get back! Try and grab the edge of their cloak and tug.
All right, can you make me a dexterity save, Katerina?
Coming up. Nat 20.
Nat 20, all right. You will leap back just in time to watch the footprint that you just left collapse into water.
God, I hate this weather. Why did I come up here?
All right. Vistra
Because you're not
and
playing with a full deck of cards.
Vistra, what are you doing?
I think I'm trying to see into the dark and see if I can find any sort of evidence of any prints that I can see. I'm sure they're covered up, but any sort of clue as to where he could have gone.
What you can do is go ahead and make me a Make me a perception roll with disadvantage.
Ooh, disadvantage.
I know, sorry.
Oh, that's not going to be good. All right, so where's my perception? That's a big old 4.
4. As you look around, some of the wind whips into your face, plastering your hair against your eyes, and you have to take a moment to pull yourself together. There are no tracks. As you glance backward, you notice that even the tracks that you left just a moment ago, wading through the snow almost up to your thighs, you can barely see those. If he's been out here over... God, how long was it before they even noticed that he was out here?
Too long.
Lysithian, what are you doing?
I'm going to be looking for tracks and making sure that my party is not wandering off into the snow like a bunch of idiots.
Okay. Sounds good. So what
Valid.
what I want you to do, go ahead and give me a perception roll with disadvantage as well to look around for tracks.
That's going to be a 9 total.
9 total. Looking around, you don't see any distinct tracks, but you do get a sense of your bearings and know that if you've been headed this way for this long, you can see just the barest bit of your wavering serpentine trail behind you, enough to know that you're continuing northward.
Okay.
It could be worse. All right, so... as you all continue northward, what I would like you all to do is make me a investigation check. So, this is investigation, so it's your intelligence plus proficiency if you are proficient in investigation. This is not a disadvantage, because I'm assuming you're taking time.
3.
3? Total?
Yep.
16.
Total.
16, okay.
It's going to be a 10 total.
10 total, okay.
7.
7? You are all very, very much... blinded by just the light that's shimmering off of the snow and whipping around your faces. However, Callie, you have a particular advantage as you continue moving around and using your survival to make sure that your party doesn't get separated. In this, it's too easy to get separated. And as you're keeping an eye out, you will hear this unmistakable noise beneath the snow in front of Vistra. This snapping of a twig. Glancing down, you'll see that in her boot print, just barely visible to your sight, is a little bit of a pipe's haft. As you glance down, it looks like moving through here, someone discarded a smoking pipe. It's quite cold to the touch, and the
I'll pick it up.
it's been snapped in the middle, and you will recognize it as immediately as Dorgriff's pipe.
I'm gonna kind of dart and pull it. Whoever's in front of me, their cloak. to kind of-
Vistra.
Vistra and notify the rest of the group. You dwarves don't leave your pipes behind for anything.
No, never. That's always have a pipe on me.
I'll hand her the haft.
All right.
They
Major.
must have come this way.
Up ahead, you can see that there's a wide area that you need to cover of about 2 acres worth of space. In the far distance, you can just barely make out a single spot of light for the next part of the search party. Or maybe you can't. Maybe that's an illusion. I'd like everyone to make me a perception roll real quick.
A total of 9.
9? Okay. We're doing
rolling
great.
Like
We're doing
rolling
great
like
rolls
shit
today.
tonight. I love it. It's so good.
11.
11?
15.
15?
And
What'd you get?
10.
Oh, 10. Okay.
Yeah. Not good.
Glancing around as you are, you will find yourselves suddenly hearing motion around you, hearing the crush of snow, hearing the movement of bodies sliding. across the snow. It's like the sound of a body, a corpse being dragged. And then the occasional of snow. As you glance around, Katerina, you will see a couple of huddled shapes in the corner. The corner of your vision, up on the right side. And then suddenly a swoosh as one of them dives into icy water. You squint a bit, and through the darkness can make out the shape of what you'll recognize to be a snow seal.
Okay.
The rest
Ollie's
of
going
you...
to kind of speak up and, is it a polar bear?
No, it's just a
Is it a polar
seal.
bear? Are you
Just
sure?
a seal.
That'd be
Nothing-
a snack.
You're not a snack. It's just a seal.
You calling me not a snack?
I'm calling.
No, you are the snackiest snack of all of us.
You sure it's not a polar bear?
It is not a polar bear. Positive.
You see two shapes up ahead as well, Katerina. The outline could be another seal, or it could be something about the same height and lumpy. Could be a pile of rocks silhouetted in the distance, but also another shape off to the left. It's slightly lumbering and
Slightly polar bear looking.
it's hard to tell, but it's definitely larger than a halfling or a dwarf.
Okay.
Which direction do you head? Or
Um,
are you going to tell? Which direction will you suggest?
I'm going to suggest the first one you mentioned, the one that looked
Just straight ahead?
Yeah, the lump instead of the lumbering one.
All right, so I would like everyone to make me one more roll, and that is going to be make me a... let's do another perception roll.
Okay, it's going to be a 19 total.
Okay.
Oh, that's better. 13.
9.
13? 9?
Yeah.
12.
12? Okay. Which one of
The
you had
new
the
dice don't
13
like
you
me.
spoke to at the same time? You had Vistra?
Vistra.
Great.
19.
19. You all keep your wits about you, and we'll see that over on the left, as you are headed forward, that lumbering shape, it's actually a cloak. Discarded on a rock, being buffeted against the wind. But directly in front of you, you'll find, buried up to his waist in the snow, an old dwarven man. Lysithian, you will notice him first and see that he's just sitting there on a bit of a rock, staring out over a bit of one of the rivers that bisects this land. Ice is clinging to his beard, and he's dressed in a thick coat, a pair of breeches and boots, but that's not nearly enough, is it? What do you do?
Can I see if he looks alive from this distance, or is there anything strange around him, or...
With your elven eyes, you can see that his chest is rising and falling, slowly. And you can see a bit of steam erupting from his frozen, cracked lips.
I'm
I
going
think
to...
Vistra automatically takes off her cloak and is like,
Yeah, I'm going to
Mom.
follow Vistra and make sure that he's okay.
Okay. Do you want to make me a medicine check?
Me? Yes.
Yeah. Do you have medicine?
Let me see. Do I?
You can
I
do
have a +2.
Go ahead and do the check. All right, Vistra, you wrap him in the cloak, and he continues to stare forward. Slightly slack-jawed, his iron gray beard jutting out over his clothing, his flesh slightly bluish. It'll be a wonder if he doesn't lose toes from this. What did you get, Lysithian? You got a 1?
So it'd be a 3 total, but
Okay.
no.
Feeling around, You realize that dwarf physiology must be much different than you remember, because you think you put your hand on the side of his neck inside of his clothing, and he's so cold. Maybe he's already dead. That isn't possible. Is he? Oh God. Is he dying? You're just unsure.
I think he might already be dead.
Can I make a check?
Sure. Yes, you can.
My hand is still on his neck, by the way.
What are you doing, Callie?
Allie's gonna kind of push in between like this Lysithian and the dwarf, and
I got a 15.
15.
go in and make her own check.
Okay. You can go ahead and make a check as well. So, checking him over quick, you will see, Katerina, that he's bundled up fairly well. What's that?
At 20.
You think that he'll survive if you can get him back pretty soon?
He's doing, like, not fantastic, though, at the moment. Like, he's hurt.
He doesn't appear to be hurt at all, and with your nat 20 as you're checking him over, you think that if you get him back soon enough, he'll probably even avoid the frostbite. He wandered off wearing fairly thick clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Then.
Grab that cloak. We need to get him back soon, or might lose some toes.
It's cold. He whispers
No
into the
shit.
wind.
What are you doing all the way out here?
You're in a blizzard.
He raises one shaking hand to the sky, pointing behind you. She calls. And as you glance over, the aurora bursts to light above you, turning all of this whipping snow from the blizzard into bright shades of blue and green. She calls. With that, Katerina, you were given as the team's performance expert a large elk horn to signal.
I will blow my elk horn.
One by one, you will hear 6 other horns sound across the plain, signaling that the search has been called off. And with that, you'll make your way back into town. A few moments after you make it back, and make sure that he is warmed and he is cared for, you and the rest of the search party will very quickly find yourselves pulling up a chair inside of inside of Buried Treasures, a tavern at the south of town. All of you have been informed. Basically, everyone who went on the search party from this small town has been told that they are welcome to come and warm up for free with a bowl of soup. And as the roaring fire in the center of the room begins to put some heat back into your extremities and push the blue out of your fingertips, well, most of you. Sorry, no offense meant. You will slowly take off your snow-soaked cold clothing, hang it by the fire to dry, and one by one, please describe yourselves for the audience.
I suppose I will go first. So I'm a 5'10", very tall, slender moon elf with long white hair, very soft blue skin, and blue lips, wearing a pair of tight black pants and knee-high boots that are brown with buckles, a long sleeve black shirt with a brown corset with buckles, and it is like bone, like the bone corset, and a fur-lined blue poncho. That's the word I'm looking for.
Nice. Who's next?
Sure. Callie is 2'11", and she's pale with brown curly hair and green eyes, and she's wearing basically brown leathers, cream shirt, some fur, a nice cloak, everything to keep warm. Yeah.
Okay. How about Vistra?
Well, Vistra is a 4'2", red hair, even redder temper, mountain dwarf. She's wearing a nice black lined coat, but the cold didn't really bother her anyway.
You can just hit disconnect now. No.
So you can take my internet and go fuck yourself.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Robin. We needed that.
No,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
I had to. Okay.
Cool.
Sorry.
Anything else?
She's always. She's quite a strong, hard dwarf. She has her great axe on her back, as well as a mini keg with her own personal brew in the back, and
Excellent.
she always has that on her.
Sounds great. And finally, Katerina, you hang your clothing to dry, and what do you look like?
So Katerina, she is 5'8", about 130 pounds, 21, blue eyes, tan skin, red hair. She has a purple cloak with a white scarf around it.
Mm-hmm.
Under that, just a white shirt, leathers, and just basic leather armor.
With that, you will pull up a table all together there by the fire. A couple dozen of you, all crowded together. Most of you, besides the four of you, there are a couple of other randoms, and for the most part, it's members of the Watch. Bremen has a very small militia that it can call together. About 25 people, give or take, of which several of which are on guard duty throughout the town, but for the most part, people around here they're fishers, they're workers with the small bit of wood that you can reach around here. And they're just people that are trying to survive. As you sit down at the table, Cora, the owner of Buried Treasure, will set down a bowl of stew in front of each of you. It's pretty watery. It's a fish stew with a little bit of goat cream in it to give it a little bit of hardiness. And it's seasoned very mildly. Still, it's probably one of the more flavorful things you've had in the last couple of days. Supplies are pretty thin around here. She smiles. Please, eat up. It's good for you.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hot food.
And as you dig into your food, a little bit of warmth and camaraderie begins to flood over you. This is just another gruesome day in the Ten Towns. Howling wind, bitter cold, foul tempers, and snowdrips big enough to bury a herd of moose. But today, the local tavern is abuzz around you. The rest of the people, the ones that are here just to get drunk, and occasionally, as you eat your stew, one of them, good bringing him back! And then they'll go back to talking, buzzing, muttering about a series of recent killings. Before the murders, the only question on everyone's mind was, will Summer ever return to Icewind Dale? Now the question is, will I be the killer's next victim? Nothing breeds fear and paranoia like a murderer with no face. 3 cold-blooded murders have been committed in the past month. A halfling trapper in East Haven, a human shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago, a dwarf glassblower in Brynshander. Each victim was found with a dagger of ice in their heart. What's the connection? The drunken lot around you, huddled in the tavern, offers no credible ideas, but sitting apart from them is an elderly shield dwarf with a nasty scar across her nose, who looks like she has something worth knowing. She's been smoking her pipe and eyeing you ever since your rescue party returned.
I'm gonna finish my stew, pick up my drink, go plonk down next to her and go, so, what do you want to say? You've been staring at us since we came back.
Hey, I have. Good job bringing the old fool back.
I mean, not so much of a good job so much as there was enough of us out there that one of us was gonna stumble over him. He was just sitting there like a lump.
Your travelers through here. Ain't you?
I mean, I didn't come from here, but can you call it travelers when you've been here 2 bloody years?
2 years are a speck on a gnat's ass.
Yeah, but still. Not exactly traveling anymore when I can't go home.
Hey. Well, it looks like you and your comrades over there can work pretty well together. I'm wondering,
Yeah, they're not so bad.
do you all want a job?
What kind of job?
I like getting paid, so
She'll stand up and move over to the edge of your table, dragging her chair behind her loudly across the wooden floor. Thump. My name's Helen. Helen Trollbane. Used to be a bounty hunter around these parts. Well known. Well respected. I've got a proposition for you. Out of my own sense of moral decency, you're hearing these louts talk about murders happening around the 1010s.
Yes, I was going to ask about that.
Hey,
They say it's an ice knife.
Aye. What a strange thing to bring up.
We are in a land of ice.
Uh,
It does not seem relevant to you? Is it
everything, everything involving ice seems relevant to the situation.
true?
I think ice is the most plentiful and easiest weapon.
But have you ever seen
It's
a
everywhere.
shard? Have you ever seen a shard of ice be turned enough to be weaponized like that?
I mean, nature does it all by itself.
But
I
An
mean-
icicle is plenty sharp enough to kill somebody with.
There are spells that I have read about.
There's spells too, but you could just snap an icicle off and
Aye.
I'm
This
still
is
getting
also
used to
true.
this place. I haven't been here that long.
cheers. Doesn't get better.
No, it really does
That's-
not.
That's what it seems.
Aye. Well,
So what can we do for you?
she takes a long drag off of her pipe. Looks around the room, making sure that she's not being listened to by anyone but you. And for the most part, people are minding their business. The fire is far more interesting to them than to eavesdrop on this conversation. And the ones who are talking about the murders are quite drunk. They're guffawing and slamming their tankards down on the table. Corey, can I get another one over here? I think you've had enough, brother. You look like you're about to fall on your arse. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll drink you on yours. Hey, hey, hey! Across the bar. I have a theory about who this is. There's a man I've been studying all of the travelers around here. Because not everybody has a reason to go from settlement to settlement. However, I have a suspect. A man named Sefik. Sefik Kaltra. He's a human. He works for a small traveling merchant company called Torgs. Owned and operated by a shady dwarf named Torga Icewind. Real piece of work. In other words, though, Sefik gets around. He's charming. He makes friends easy. He's also Torga's bodyguard. So I'm guessing he's pretty good with a blade. His
That would make sense.
Hey. Or else it'd be a shite bodyguard.
Yeah, that's true.
His victims come from the only 3 towns that sacrifice people to the Frostmaiden on nights of the new moon. This is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale. Maybe the victims found a way to keep their names out of the drawings and Sefik found out that they were cheating. So he killed them. Maybe, just maybe, Sefik is doing the Frostmaiden's work for her. So, I followed Torg through a 10-day and moved from town to town. Quite the devious little enterprise, but that's not my concern. What struck me is how comfortable Sefik Caltro looked in the weather. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. It was like the cold just washed right off of him, like he couldn't touch him. Kiss of the Frostmaiden indeed. I will pay you 100 gold pieces to apprehend Sefik Caltro, to ascertain his guilt, and to deal with him, preferably without involving the authorities. This is off the books. When the job is done, return to me to collect your money. Does that sound fair?
I mean, I have no problem with taking on this job, but it also depends on what my companions are interested in.
I
What do
like
you
money.
guys think?
Good.
That you do.
How sure it's Suffolk? This evidence you have? Sure, this is the killer.
Not 100%, but given his proclivities and the fact that he was passing through the areas at the exact same time as the murders, I'm pretty sure. That's why I'm offering the 100 gold. It's up to you also to ascertain his guilt. Make sure that he's the one who did it. Bring him to justice as best you can. I wouldn't normally do this. That's quite a large chunk of change out of my own retirement fund. But nobody can be bothered to do this. Not even the Council of Speakers seems to give a damn. You! I've heard things about you. Wizard and a druid. And I've heard stories about the singer. You were in Brinchander not too long ago.
Yeah.
Aye. And you. I can trust another dwarf. Well,
Except for that shady one.
aye, well. She's barely worth the title. As far as I know, they do a lot of bribery and bullying to do their supply racket. That's not our concern. How they do their mercantile business beside the point. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in?
I think getting to the bottom of this is the most important thing, so I'm open to it.
I'm definitely interested.
Stopping murders is always a good thing.
What would you say to a quarter to start us off? Quarter payment to start us off? And the other 75 gold when we return alive.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Oh no. That's going to be an 8 total, because my dice fucking hate me tonight.
You know what? That was actually a pretty reasonable offer and you lowball it, so roll me with advantage, actually.
Okay, I'll take that. Roll again, or just...
Just roll again. Yeah,
Okay.
Just roll a second time.
Okay, that's going to be a 10.
Okay.
I'll step in and help with that, if I can.
Okay, so she'll give you a look and furrow her eyebrow above that scar across her nose. And what do you say to cement this, Katerina?
That was persuasion, right?
Persuasion, yes.
How do you really expect us to find somebody in this weather when I know I only have one set of clothes to go out in this weather. Could really use another set to make sure that we can actually get around to the other towns to find this guy.
What'd you get on your
That
roll?
will need...
Oh, sorry.
17.
17? And what'd you say, Hayden?
And I will need to make sure that I have all the components so that I can cast spells properly.
I suppose that you're not going to be... You said you only have one set of clothes. You're not going to be spending it on, like, frilly duds, are you?
I need a second cloak and another scarf in case this one gets wet.
25 gold up front. But remember, I'm trusting you on this. If you try to screw me, I know exactly where people like to hide in the Icewind Dale. And I'll get my money back.
It's a good thing we're trustworthy then.
Aye, it is a good thing you're trustworthy. I'm putting my trust in you. But I'm just making sure that it's nice and clear that if you try to burn me, you can trust me too. Fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
As long as you trust us to know to make a decision on if we think he's guilty or not.
You'll find his guilt soon enough. She'll count out 25 gold pieces to hand over to you. So that actually is going to go quite a long way. A pair of snowshoes cost 2 gold, and that's probably a good idea. It'll have your distance, or pardon me, have your travel time.
I posted in the chat how much we get each.
Nice. So yeah, she'll count that out for you. Alright. The trouble will be following him around. I don't know where... I don't know which route they're going through. He does move around a lot. I don't know if he's acting alone or has Torga's support. What I honestly suggest is get him alone. If you're going to deal with him, do it away from everyone else, lest they think that you're a murderer too. Like I said, the speakers, they're not taking this seriously. Taking him along the official routes, he'll just be let free. And then you'll have an enemy and so will I.
Good to know.
I'm trusting you to do the right thing if you find out that he's the one. I would suggest heading south. Good chance that he's probably gone through Torga or Bridgender. Sorry, not Torga. Torga's the name of the dwarf. Gone through...
Targos?
Targos, yeah. Gone through Targos or Bridgender. You can make some good time and probably be there before twilight ends tomorrow.
Good to know.
I'm gonna stay in Bremen. It's the trip's a bit too much for my old bones. If you need anything else, you're welcome to come and find me. I'm often here having a pint. Or at my house at the north of town. It's the one with the red roof.
Well, I'll look for that if I need to find you.
Aye.
Pretty telling
ain't
in this
covered
kind
with
of
snow.
place, so.
Alright. Well, I think it's time for me to be heading off. It's getting a bit late. Best of luck and happy hunting.
Get home carefully.
I hope you do as well. And she'll get up and she'll leave the pub door slamming shut behind her with the strength of the wind. It's a sudden, sharp noise. And as that happens, the proprietor of the bar is going to be back your way, Cora. And as the door slams, she is going to accidentally spill a ladle of soup onto the table in front of Vistra. It's going to splash a bit on your pants and a little bit on your shirt. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry. Let me get you a rag. Let me get you a rag.
Can you be a bit more careful next time?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. There's just a lot of people here tonight. Just a moment. Let me get you a pint of ale on the house.
That'll do. That'll do just nicely.
Okay, so she'll bring you back a tankard of ale, and as she does, can I get everyone to make me an insight roll?
Natural 1!
Oh no!
I'm so upset. My dice hate me tonight.
I
But
aren't
we
too
love
nice either.
What'd you get?
19.
19?
18.
18? Alright, so the two of you actually care about people.
I don't.
So,
I got a 9.
9. So, she seems upset, but she just messed up before she's upset. The two of you are going to notice as she comes back, she sets the mug down and her hand is shaking a little, and she hands you a rag to clean yourself off. But there is... Cora is a... She's a human woman in her middle age, with kind of a very soft face. Her skin is just starting to get that that level of thinness that comes with age, that thinness of skin and that deep hollow under her eyes. But right now, she looks like she has not slept well in quite a while. Her hair is not quite as vibrant as it was several months ago, and she just looks exhausted. More so than a normal tavern keeper. Here, enjoy. It's the Icewind Dale, the stout that comes out of East Haven. It's pretty good.
Pretty good?
I'm sure it's perfect.
I like my dwarven stouts. Strong and alcoholic. Put beard on your chest. And beard on your chest. Beard on your chin and hair on your chest.
Sounds
you've
like
had
you've
enough,
already had
potentially.
too much ale.
I suppose if the beard's long enough. Thank you very much. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. Your patronage is very important.
Is everything all right? You seem a bit more
You're looking
stressed
warmed up.
than usual.
It's just really busy right now. We've got there's a little bit just more work than usual. My son used to help with serving and the chores. You remember Huargar? Huargar is how it's spelled. Huargar. Or pardon me.
And that was
Huar.
her son?
Harwar. That's her son. Huarwar, not G. I don't know why I went to G. He used to help with the chores and the serving until a couple of months ago. Now it's just me.
What happened to your son?
She'll look around to make sure that none of the other tables need to be cleaned, and will lean down a bit. He joined a search party, kind of like the one that you were on, 2 months ago. Back when the speaker, Shalescar, started going on his walks. He went missing during a blizzard that afternoon. And the speaker was brought back, but Huar got separated and he didn't find his way home until the following morning. He got really bad frostbite and he could barely walk. He recovered, but his spirits didn't. He was a really sweet boy, but I don't know, he came back mean. It's like he got frostbite on his heart. I found you're adventurers and you're a magic user. And
Yes.
you're a druid. I found this thing on him in his room. It looked like black ice, like a shard of black ice. But he walked in when I found it and he snatched it away and threatened to hit me if I ever touched it again. And the next day, pair of tieflings came and offered him a place living in their castle, of all things. He left with them and he took the shard, and he told me that he'd never come back. The tieflings were wearing this medallion that had something that looked like that piece of black ice on it. I just miss him terribly. I know what it's like to have those youthful distemperaments where you're trying to go and find your place in the world and you don't want to deal with your mom or pop.
Kelly?
Yeah.
After being in a bunch of like taverns and inns and stuff, is there anything that sounds familiar about what she's describing?
Go ahead and make me a you can make a history roll, or you can make a charisma investigation roll, just for rumors you might have heard.
I will make a charisma investigation.
Okay. So basically just replace your intelligence with charisma for that roll.
All right. So we have
Perfect.
19.
19? Okay, so what she's talking about right now, you'll automatically know that their castle. This isn't really a place for castles. Oh, there are 2 castles, what could be called castles at least, inside of Icewind Dale. One is called Caer Dineval, an intact one, and a ruined one in Caer Konig. And those are 2 of the 10 towns.
Okay.
As for that shard of something, are you aware of that right off the bat? You know what? You're probably not 100% aware of what this is. You know that you've heard stories of strange black ice protrusions growing out of the middle of nowhere inside of Icewind Dale. You struggle to think of what they're called. They're this strange icy crystalline formation, very very easy to work with, you believe. Some people keep them as magic relics, although they don't appear to be innately magical. They're called, what was the word again? Just one moment as I look up the exact word so I don't give you the wrong thing. Chardalian? Is that what it is? Yeah, you're pretty sure. Chardalian. It's
like Chardalin.
I'm afraid it's a little bit beyond me. Look, if you'd be interested though, and you're good folk, if you find yourself by any castles, go and see him, tell him his mom misses him and that she loves him. I don't expect him to come home. He's a big boy. But if he's living in a castle, he's doing better than me.
I mean, there's only one real intact castle anywhere in Icewind Dale.
Yeah?
Yeah, Caer Dineval.
It's a bit of a walk.
Yeah, it's quite a ways.
Well, you're a musician. Love, if you get around and you do see him, I mean, he's a handsome boy. I don't know if you'd be, I mean, someone who looks like you would probably be able to maybe sweet talk him back.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm very sorry about spilling. It's been a hard couple of months.
You need this more than I do, to be honest. But
don't worry, when I'm off shift.
Wait, in the meantime, would you like a little help with serving some tables at the moment?
Oh, I couldn't ask you of that, dear. You've just been out in the snow.
I would be happy to lend a hand if you need it.
I have no issues lending a hand. It's okay.
I'm good at slinging ale.
You would be.
Naturally.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you two are going to go, I will stay here with Callie.
Only for a little bit, though. Just while
I thought I'd get it up on this table too well.
Just while I rest my feet for a moment.
Yeah.
All right. You take a break. We'll take care of the inn.
Thank you. And she'll go and take a seat in one of the back rooms for a moment and just rub her raw, calloused feet.
Oh, poor thing.
All right.
Do you want a roll for
I want a
running?
To run an inn. Why don't we go ahead and what skill do you think this would be? Looking at your sheet yourself. So if you're slinging the ale and collecting the coin, there's a price list right there, Vistra. So you have no problem with that. And if you're shaking your butt and running stuff out, Katerina, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll. Why don't we do that? And then Vistra, what would that be for you? Probably
athletics?
yeah, we'll say athletics. We'll do athletics because you're carrying heavy tankards. You're thrusting stuff around. Let's go ahead and do that.
I got a 16 for persuasion.
16. All right. One moment, please. What's your AC?
My AC is 15.
All right, so as you are dropping off some stew to a pair of drunk men at the back of the bar, one of them is going to turn, and you're going to feel a very sharp pinch on the edge of your right buttock.
I'm gonna smack it away and say, and just say, honey, you're not quite in my persuasion.
Oh, is it because I'm human? Do you not like humans?
No, it's because you're a man.
And what a man. Here, honey, you drop this. And he'll hold a copper coin out to you.
Thank you. I was looking for that all over the place.
If you don't like men, what do you like?
I like girls. Elf, human, dwarf. I'm not picky.
Yeah, I can't blame you there.
Can I get you anything else?
Yeah, bring me another ale from that bearded one behind the bar.
Coming right up. And she'll prance off.
All right, Vistra, what'd you get?
I got a 17.
17, so you're easily able to carry a new keg, retap with the lines, get everything set up. I mean, honestly, like, this keg's probably about 50 pounds that you have to set up, and you take a glance back into that open back room and see Cora back there. You're like, she's tougher than she looks, but even so, she must have struggled with this. You, however, just one hand and slap it into the slot, tap it with a quick twist of your wrist, and are pouring a tankard of foamy ale in no time. Just enough head. Of course, you're a master.
Oh yeah.
All right, and
Makes a joke about giving head.
I mean, I didn't go there, but you know.
I mean, Vistra might.
Vistra, are you gonna do that? Are you gonna hand it over to Katerina with?
Oh, wink.
Oh, hey, we're being raided. Hey, Raid, how's it going?
Raid!
Hello, Raiders.
Burrito.
Good to see you all. All right. Boop. Boop, boop. There we go.
Well, Callie's going to relax back in her seat watching this all go down and just be like, take a few sips of her ale.
It's
So-
got
No, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it has a creamy, foamy head.
Mm,
I was just quoting
Excellent.
the chat. So go ahead.
that sounds
Yeah.
delicious. Callie, we haven't known each other very long, but how long have you been here?
Oh, 2 years, I think.
Have you noticed any of the strange events?
I mean, the whole thing's a strange event.
I mean, this is true. I've been here about 1 year, but it's this is the first I've heard of the murders.
Callie, roll me a 10-sided dice.
6.
You did hear one other rumor recently, actually. You heard that in East Haven, they caught an evil wizard who killed some adventurers. That's the main murders you've heard of. It happened last month. The town militia plans to burn the wizard at the stake soon. You heard the captain of the guard is looking for adventurers to help with another task that may or may not be related. that came down the grapevine through to you through, you know, your normal places.
I mean, I hadn't heard of these murders before, but what was it? East Haven. They caught a wizard that supposedly had killed an adventuring party, and I think their sheriff is looking for adventurers too.
I think around here we are a rare sort.
Yeah, not many people are really willing to brave the passes to get in.
It was a little bit treacherous, but
I mean, it wasn't always like that.
no.
I got
From
in
my-
pretty good, but then everything went to shit.
They say the sun once shone here.
Oh yeah, they had normal seasons. Like
Yeah.
they had seasons. And
I
like
just know that-
winter wasn't always winter. Like they were always colder than everybody else because they're up in the butt crack of the world. But I mean, you saw grass and sun and birds like going "Woo, having
No.
babies.
I do miss birds.
I
They
mean, now
were-
you just kind of like see the owls.
I
Even
don't
that's
mind
not that
owls.
often.
I don't mind owls so much, but sometimes they're
They're nice.
a little bit frightening.
They can be good conversationalists.
I've never spoken to one.
You're missing out.
And with
I'm
that,
sure I am.
a bit of time passes. Cora goes back, and you all finish your eating and make your plans for the next day. Where do you sleep in town? Do you just rent a little bit of floor space or room space at one of the other 5 taverns in town? So, yeah, because Buried Treasures... Buried Treasures actually does rent out its hearth in the middle of the night. And you know that you've got at least another 10 days, the Icewind Dale term for week, before the next new moon. So you won't have to worry about a warmth huddle anytime soon.
I think Callie probably has rented a room somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lysithian's probably
while
renting a
she's
room.
here.
So
I mean, I think she spends a fair amount of time traveling between the various towns and villages.
okay. So there are 5 other taverns on what is called Tavern Center. It's a central area in the middle of town that, of course, has a bunch of taverns. Those taverns are called Stones, Even Keel, The River's Mouth, The Grumpy Moose, and The Black Bearded Brother. The taverns are old and poorly maintained, but they do have a fireplace, so there's something there. So
Katerina's probably been getting a room at one of those 5 in
Okay.
exchange for performing each
Okay.
night.
So you have been presently staying at Stones. So that's the one that has you licensed out right now.
Fantastic.
So you might want to head over there and do your night performances and then call it a night.
Sounds good. So I'll, well, it's about time for me to go perform. So I will see you all tomorrow morning then, I suppose.
Yes. Do we want to meet here tomorrow morning or where you're staying?
I'm at Stones.
Okay.
I mean,
don't think
this is on the outside, on the way out of town anyways. We're going to be taking the road past here to come out anyways.
Okay.
Well,
Should we
why
just
don't we
meet here?
Yeah, let's
Also,
meet
it
here.
sounds like Cora could use the help, so.
That's true. We can
think
help
so.
with a breakfast rush.
Or, I mean,
Paying
Just
her money.
buying from her.
Yeah. No paying
Yeah,
her money,
exactly.
but it looks like you were doing a pretty good job out there.
Ah, it was fun.
All right.
I would help, but be doing this all night.
You can't reach the tables.
Shut up! I can reach the table. Just at my head height.
That's fair.
All right. So,
Not always gonna be long shanks like you.
Well, I wasn't always like this, you know.
I mean, you're human. Yeah, I guess when you were toddling, you weren't.
Exactly.
think you grew more than I did.
Good night,
You can
everybody.
be small
Good
but
night.
mighty, Callie.
So, while you were doing your work at the bar, Vistra, you actually are going to gain 5 copper coins worth of tips. And Katerina, it's going to actually be a bit more lucrative for you. You are going to profit a full silver, including that copper that you received earlier.
Ooh,
Ooh.
a full silver. Look at me
Full
go. I'm
silver.
high roller.
Work it.
That booty made money.
Yeah, it did.
All right, so what you are going to do is you're going to head back. The rest of you are going to go and sleep off the rest of the night. None of you are down hit points, so you'll refresh all of those. Katerina, if you're going back to play, you can make me a performance roll.
Okay. Let me pull up my sheet so I know what my thing is. There it is. Ooh, people are happy tonight. That's 6. That's 24.
24. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled an 18 and I have a +6, dude.
Okay,
So,
so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll to see how much money you earned.
money time.
Okay, so I will roll... You know what? I'll roll percentiles. That's probably the easiest way to do this. If I can find my other dice. There we go. Oh, maybe not. No, did they not send it? There it is. Sorry, using new dice tonight and trying to find what they are. So you are going to actually profit a decent amount. If you thought that waiting tables was profitable, wait till you perform for people who like to drink. You are going to profit 7 silver coins and 3 copper coins.
Ooh,
It's your most lucrative night yet in this town, which is usually a sign that it's time to move on. When people give big, they're not likely to do it again tomorrow, and judging by the type of work that you see in Bremen, there's not going to be much coin coming your way until they actually have a next good catch.
Fair enough.
So, the rest of you, as you are going around, is anybody just chatting with random people throughout the night?
Oh, I think Vistra goes and finds someone to have a drinking competition with, and then that's how she ends her night by passing out.
All right.
I will have a
Callie
drinking
will
competition.
engage you in this competition.
I was about to say I will also play with you.
Okay.
Oops.
You hit it so hard you jumped your camera. So
Bring it on.
why don't I get everybody who is in the drinking contest to make me a Constitution save. Vistra, you have advantage on this because it counts as poisoning.
Oh yeah.
Okay. 13.
13. Okay.
20.
It's sorry. What's the save?
So it's Constitution.
All right, that's a 19.
19.
Oh,
All right. So Lysithian.
Another!
Absolutely, Cora says, going and pouring you another drink. All right, your first round, you're doing okay right now. You're doing okay. That first round, not a big deal. Go ahead and roll me again. You can move on to your second round. And that guy who pinched Katerina's ass is your competition. He and his brother, who
worse.
you know. So his name is Halvin, and his brother is Theodore.
It's
There
going
are
to be a 12 from me.
12. All right, you're going to take
think
a
worse.
point of exhaustion. You're starting to feel it a bit.
Okay.
You're going to start to get a little purple-cheeked. And,
18.
what was that?
21.
Oh, the halfling is holding in strong. Oh, actually, I should roll for Halvin.
I've got decent constitution, which is the only reason I'm hanging on.
I have a +3 to my con, and that's the only thing.
Me too.
Halvin gets through the first round. You know, the girl that was working the bar earlier, not nearly as cute as you.
Who's he looking at?
Yeah, who's he looking
He's
at?
looking at Vistra.
Yeah, you sure there, buddy?
Oh, yeah, you're way hotter.
Think you're a can't hold your ale there.
I can hold it just fine, see? And he's gonna just splash it all over his pants.
Oh no.
See, it's still in the cup. and he's gonna tip over in his chair and fall on the floor. His brother's gonna lean over. I'm still good.
Another.
All right, so
round
give me another con save, everybody.
Going to try a different dice. See if this helps.
What'd you get on that one?
Oh
nat
no,
20.
that's a 22.
22?
26.
26?
I'm instantly
idea
rolling
for a wizard.
one number higher each round.
Oh god. All right, the nuclear arms race. All right, so Lysithian, you're spent. You are done. How does this go?
I'm going to try to take a drink. It's going to slop down all of my clothes, and I'm gonna pull a Gimli from Return of the King and just like fall back out of my chair.
Nice.
Nice.
It's the
All right.
opposite
Watched
of
that the
Legolas
other
in that
night.
moment. I know, so did we.
So you are going to land with your chair directly on top of Halvin, so it's actually going to be a pretty soft fall. So he's like this, and you're like with your
And I
chair
don't fall
pinning.
asleep because I don't fall asleep because I'm an elf. So I'm just
You just kind of stare
unconscious.
at the ceiling with your eyes wide open, unconscious,
yep,
or just zoned, just completely
just
zoned.
bright green eyes staring at the ceiling. It's very unsettling.
Yep. Good job, Gandalf. All right. The rest of you are the only two remain. Actually, you know what? You know what? At that point, Theodore is going to look down at his mug. Next round's on me, but I'm done. I've got to get this idiot home. He can sleep it off here. Have a wonderful night, ladies, and I hope your friend doesn't drown on their own puke. And he's gonna depart.
Her up.
He's gonna leave enough for your next round on the table and head
there
out.
we go.
He's a very he's a short, kind of portly guy with a really big friendly smile.
Nice.
You know, unlike his brother who's a real asshole. They have a third brother who's very tall with glasses. I don't know. It's the thing. His name's Simone or something. I don't know. All right, I need one more drinking roll from the two of you as you hit round 4. Fight. Are you kidding me? What'd you get?
At 20.
Oh!
I hate both of you.
So 23.
I am a 24. My dear.
So
We're both just matching.
you know, this honestly, Vistra, you get the sense you could probably take her in the long run. But you know what? This is your first real time spent with her outside of doing anything else. You know, this is pretty. She's doing a good job for. Where does she keep it? She's even smaller
She's
than.
tiny but mighty.
I was gonna say small but mighty there, little halfling. We're the small folk. We're the hardy folk.
Do you want to keep it going, or are you gonna call it?
Let's do one more round.
One more.
All right, one more. Let's do it. Both of you, please botch.
Just watch both of you have ones.
That 20
22?
again.
Are you what?
I don't know.
Are you kidding?
I am
Serious?
wasting my nat 20s on a drinking contest.
That's where you'd want to waste
Guaranteed
them.
they're not
anyway.
going to roll this good later.
All right, what'd you get, Vistra?
22.
22. All right, so you both slam your mugs. She and you are both fine. You are half convinced by the end of this that she's actually just a very short dwarf.
I was gonna say, where were you from again? Are you sure you're not my people? You drink like a dwarf. It's like halfway to being a dwarf.
Zen.
All right, and you have a
Brought
pleasant.
honor.
You all have a pleasant drink to the end of the night. Katerina, can you do me one quick favor?
Yep.
Roll me a 10-sided dice.
Oh, a 10-sided dice coming up. Oh, that went into the garbage can.
Okay, that's a garbage roll.
Okay, let me pull up another D10 here. That was a 1.
That was a 1. Okay.
A 1.
So you will hear a story at the end of your night, as you were calling it there. An old man named Zelen is just telling a story when people are talking about, yeah, well, the next fish catch is coming in soon, right? Like, are the fishers going out today? I'm not sure they're actually going to make it out there. You heard the story, right? In Mare Duladon, the lake, there's this Fishermen are being terrorized by a monster. It's weird, right? How is there a monster in Mare Duladon? I haven't heard this attacking anywhere else, one of them says. We share the lake with what? 2 other towns? 3 other towns? How many other towns are on this? A bunch. Okay, and just the monster loves us. They're just lazy. Okay, they're just trying to drive up the price of fish. Maybe it's a monster. Ooh. This is what you're going to overhear. Do you just pocket that information? Do you say anything?
I'm gonna walk out to them and be like, "Where'd you hear that story?"
From one of the fishermen. What is who'd I hear it from? It's gonna. Well, I know that Tally. Yeah, it was from Tally.
Did they give any more specifics? Or did they just say that they were attacked?
Well, they didn't say they were attacked. Tally's it's a half elf. They're a researcher? Something like that. Kind of a... you know who they remind me of? That friend of yours, Lysistrata.
Lysithian?
That's the one. Okay, yeah, same idea, right? Like, kind of studious, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, you go talk to them sometime. They're around all the time, like, trying to do research about all the wildlife and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey, I mean, how often do you get to hunt a monster?
Not too often, not quite enough anyways.
Well, it's enough that those guys, the rumor, they're not headed out anytime soon. You go talk to them. I know if you're looking to actually do some fishing, there's a dwarf named, do you know Grinsk? Grinsk Barrelbore? He's got some fishing boats that are going out. You can catch a lift with him.
Good to know.
Okay. And with that, you'll have a pretty relaxing rest of your night. You got an extra rumor out of this. You can go and take a nap. You wake up the next morning, and dawn brings with it all sorts of new problems. Oh, sorry, yes. Oh.
Callie would kind of turn to Vistra and just go, "Do you know where this one was staying?"
I was staying at the Grumpy Moose.
Right. Grumpy Moose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you grab her shoulders, and I'll get her legs, and I'll kind of get the...
Just so you know, I'm a non-binary elf, so it would be they them. Just letting you know.
Right.
And so is the other elf that I just mentioned, actually. So there's a lot of there are actually quite a few non-binary characters in this book too. Nice, and a lot of husbands with husbands, which is nice.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah. Callie's going to fling their legs over her shoulders, kind of knees around her ears, and just hold on. And okay, you grab the shoulders.
Yeah, gently grasp the shoulders and
We'll
All
keep them out of the drifts.
Yep.
Ugh, elves can't hold their liquor.
All right, and that seems like a great place to transition into the next morning. As you all gather up your things, who's going to go and buy any supplies from one of the local stores?
Snowshoes.
Okay.
Snowshoes!
So snowshoes are going to cost you 2 gold pieces. You can also purchase, if you are worried, you can buy crampons. Crampons?
Oh, okay. Crampons.
Crampons are 2 gold pieces each. So crampons are basically their shoe spikes. So what that means is snowshoes mean that you can cut your travel speed in half while walking. There are only really 3 ways of traveling in Icewind Dale. One is on foot or snowshoe, one is by dog sled, and there's another where you can actually purchase an axebeak, which is a type of bird that looks kind of like this.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
They are pretty expensive, like so are dog sleds because you have to feed them. So axe beaks, you can usually get one for about 50 gold. And then you have to buy a saddle, right? So, but they're domesticated. They don't eat as much as an entire pack of dogs. But then again, you don't have an entire pack of dogs, so you know there's.
So, all in, what would an axe beak cost?
For
saddle.
cheap saddle, I don't have the saddle cost near me right now, but probably about probably about 55 gold total. All in, and then
No, go ahead.
so, you'd have to buy it food occasionally, but yeah. What were you gonna ask?
I was going to ask, would I be able to find a pearl worth like 100 gold? I just need it for spells.
Ooh.
Or pearls in general.
You can find pearls at certain shops, yeah. Do you have 100 gold to buy one?
Oh yeah, no, I rolled for gold, so I have a good amount.
Oh, okay, so you didn't take the starting equipment?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and buy one of those. Does it, what spell is that for?
It is for, just to double check, I believe it's for identify.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
and that
I need a pearl.
That consumes the pearl, right?
I actually do not know.
Not
Because I can ritual cast it, but it does need components.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. As far as components that have less than 100 gold point value, you don't really have to worry about in my game.
Okay.
But any of the big, like 100 gold, yeah, you probably, anything higher than that, like a diamond for wish or resurrection, anything like that.
Yes. I need a pearl, and would I be able to find an owl feather?
Yeah, not a problem at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I just need to know for components.
If you buy 100 gold pearl, I'll throw in an owl feather for free.
Great. Cool. Yes, so I'm gonna go find the pearl, an owl feather, and maybe some boots.
All right, no problem at all. So you'll be able to buy all that. Anybody else want to buy anything else?
I'm gonna buy one of those birds.
You have enough for that?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I rolled for gold instead of taking the.
And so you didn't take the starting equipment. Okay.
Yeah, after you brought that up, I went with the gold instead. So.
All right. So let me see if they actually have any in stock here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hold
Here I am with equipment of horror.
You take a look at some of the axe beaks here. You probably want to pick one up in the next town over.
Oh, okay.
There's only 150 people in this town, and to get down to Bryn Shander or anywhere around there, basically the next two towns inside of walking distance have 1,000 and 1,200 people living in them. So you'll probably be able to do better getting there.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So you'll be able to buy one soon, but looking at the axe beak that is for sale here, you could do better.
It looks a bit pathetic.
It looks a bit old. It looks a little bit what's the word for birds get mange? You get what I mean? Like this kind of like spotty feathers and
yeah.
So you definitely next town over. You're sure? But yeah, you can buy an axe beak. I'll have to look up all the stats for it, but that's fine.
Neat.
The stats for it for when you buy one, they're in the monster manual, and just look up axe beak. I believe it's just in the monster. Actually, you know, I'll just check it right now. I think it's under the animal section.
Look at all those tabs.
Yeah, they're for old games too. I need to remove them.
Speed 50, hit points 19.
Oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah, axe beak is a flightless bird with strong legs and a heavy wedge-shaped beak, and it pecks at things that wander too close. Also, hi, Joanka. Good to see you. All right. So, anybody else buying anything else? Okay. So you gather up all of your belongings, and you pick up a couple of things around town. You take a look at a very lame-looking axe beak that's outside, going with its beak tucked under its arm as it snores into its flank. Definitely doddering. Definitely kind of reminds you of the old dwarf speaker you rescued the previous night. And as you are checking that out and gathering up your things to start heading south toward the next town, A bundled up figure walks briskly up to you. Well met! It's
Good morning.
A half-elf. Y'all seem like you're looking for work or trouble, or else you wouldn't be standing around in the cold like this otherwise. She has a distinct southern accent, as is beaming fairly brightly at you. All of you, roll me a d20. Tell me if you get above a 14.
15.
15?
10.
You rolled a 1?
6.
It had to happen sometime.
Okay. You might have seen her around. You will recognize her, Katerina, as Danica Greysteel. She's a half-elf and a scholar who you might have just bumped into at the bar. She's fairly cute, kind of diminutive, has a very... I kind of picture her as having strawberry blonde hair that's kind of not incredibly well taken care of. Like, it's curly and like kind of naturally a little bit frizzy, but kind of has that cute Miss Frizzle kind of look.
Okay.
I was wondering if I heard that you're pardon me, I said southern. I heard that y'all are traveling south from here to some of the other towns.
Yes.
Yeah, we're heading down to Targos and Ventrando, actually.
Well, that's really good. I was actually wondering if y'all are looking for another job to do along the way. If you keep your eyes open, I do have a task that you could potentially help me with that could help all of us.
And what would that be, Danica?
Oh, you remember my name? Bless your heart.
Of course I do.
I'm sorry, that was incredibly rude of me. My name is Danica Greysteel. I'm a researcher. I'm pretty new to this region, so I'm sorry if I don't recognize all of you. But I recognize you from your singing. You have a really pretty voice.
Thank you.
And
Callie Thornhill.
nice to meet you, little lady.
Lysithian.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
Vistra.
Vistra. Well, it's y'all, all know anything about chewingas?
What now?
Do I know anything about Chewinga?
You can make me a nature roll. Anybody here?
I don't think so. I rolled a 7.
8.
Natural 20!
Nice!
Plus my modifiers, and that is for nature. It's a +4, so it's a 24 total. It had to happen sometime. Bless these dice.
You know tons about chewingas. All right, and Vistra, what'd you get?
I got 14.
14? Yeah, you've actually heard of chewingas as well. So what you will have heard is that chewingas are these tiny little elemental spirits that do all sorts of things. Hold on. You actually rolled high enough that I have to actually look up their entry. So, tiny elemental spirit that lives in plants, rocks, rivers, far from civilization. They're very similar to some of the spirits from, like, Mononoke Hime, like Princess Mononoke. The little wobblehead guys.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like those. Yeah, they're like about 6 inches tall. They have like faces that are kind of like masks. They're pretty harmless. Like, that's what you know about them, Vistra. Now, however, you, the academic who studied this, you know that they've got wild hair, they smell like sweet flowers, dancing fireflies, or snowflakes. They don't have names, they can't speak. But you know that they are fascinated by humans. Well, humanoids, I should say. They find civilization fascinating, even though they don't live anywhere near it, and they don't want to live anywhere near it, but they have a habit of following people as they travel through the wilds and taking a liking to them. And much like brownies or sprites from Earth myth, if they take a liking to them, they sometimes leave a magical gift before departing. The aspects that attract a chewinga, nobody knows. It could be anything, really. You've heard of stories where they just like the way that a human walks. Maybe someone who's slightly more bow-legged than someone else, walks a little more penguin-like, really attracts their attention, while another person might just have luxurious hair that they comb every day. They tend to just get random fascinations for certain humanoids. They're painfully shy. is something else you'll know. Yeah, y'all
Okay.
know anything about chwingas?
Yes, I have read about them.
That's great. Well, then you must know, chwingas have a natural predilection for being able to control their local environments. They can make it snow, they can make it rain, they can make wind happen. My thought is that if they have the ability to alter their natural surroundings, if I could study one or get some notes on somebody who did study one, maybe there's a way to take that micro level power and exert it on a macro level field. Small magic turns to big magic for.
No, I understand. I cast magic. I understand.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry,
insulting
friend.
my intelligence?
No, Vistra.
I just I had a lot of people blink at me and look at me like I'm stupid when I see something like that.
No. My only concern is: are you wanting to use these creatures, or just understand them without hurting them?
Well, what I want you to do, if possible, is I'm really nervous about adventuring out into the cold. So if you could find one and bring it back for me to look at. I'm not going to hurt it, of course, no. But just to observe up close, I'd be happy to pay you. And I can help you find it. I know they're really elusive, but if this is something you'd be interested in, I could help you out.
I'm apprehensive to take it out of its natural environment.
Oh, well,
However, Callie, you are attuned to creatures? Mostly animals, I know, but what do you think?
maybe you could convince it to come back willingly. If you don't hurt it, I'll pay. Actually, I'll pay you more if you don't do anything to harm it.
No, I would never harm it, but Callie is our resident druid, so I want her to have a say in this too. I think everyone here.
What is it?
So a chwinga, it's a tiny little elemental style spirit, and it usually lives in it's very cute, actually, from what I've heard.
I mean,
It lives in plants and rocks and rivers. It's like 6 inches tall. It's very small.
very tiny. Maybe?
I don't know, you just
we
like-
could try and see if it will come with us, because I would not want to hurt it.
I prefer that as
But-
well.
Yeah.
I'd say you'd have to maybe have, like, I don't know, like a nice area for it.
Yes,
And
sort
make
of
it so that
a...
it could leave if it didn't really want to stay.
Yes, I don't think trapping it would be a good idea.
I agree. Well, if
I
you,
mean, I can see if I can talk to it.
well, it just while if you're traveling around and you happen to see one, try. I'll pay you if you manage to bring one back.
Sure.
Okay.
I can spare 25 gold for sure. And if you bring it back without upsetting it, I can probably find some more in my research grant.
Sure.
So you'll agree? You'll do it?
I think we can.
Great.
What do you guys think?
Sounds easy enough to me.
It depends.
Well,
Yeah, if we spot one, we can try.
Hold
Sure, I
on, just
don't want to
one.
hurt it.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second, and she'll reach into her pack and pull out a lantern. It is an old, slightly battered but very brightly polished and scratched brass lantern, and will smile and beam, holding it in front of herself like just having it there means something.
I
What-
got a lantern.
Oh, yeah, we have lanterns. I can cast light magic.
Oh, yeah, sorry. This is, it's a hooded lantern, right? And it's standard, burns for 6 hours on a pint of oil. But this is It's a lantern of tracking. I thought y'all could borrow it if you're going to look. What it do is when it's within about an acre or so, 300 feet or so, within an elemental, it'll glow green. The light will glow green.
Ah, within how many feet?
About 300.
Okay,
That could be useful.
Yeah,
that's definitely useful.
I'm not brave enough to head out there without an escort, so I figure maybe this will help you. And if you don't find it next time you're in town, just drop it off, and yeah, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, we might be gone for a little while, but if we do find one, we will try to bring it back for you.
That sounds great. I've got to do some research anyway. I hear there's actually another researcher around here I'm going to try to meet up with.
Tally.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the one. A lot of people researching stuff around here, coming up here over the spine of the world because of all this cold nonsense.
That's why I came here, so...
I heard last night, actually, that Tally is researching something to do with some fishermen being terrorized by a monster in the lake.
Oh!
So you could probably find them with the fishermen.
I
was recommended to speak to someone named Grinsk about hiring a boat. So maybe that's a good place to start.
Yeah. Y'all said you're coming back in a few days? I'll just
Give or
wait.
take.
I can wait for y'all to come back. They're probably busy anyway. I don't want to disrupt their studies.
Spray a little water there. Vinegar.
Not the water, but what's inside of it? If there's a monster.
I mean... Yeah, that's very true.
I ain't a fighter. I'm a reader.
That's
You
fair.
know, I am a bit of both, but yes.
I don't want to be a
More
reader.
comfort-
I don't want to
more
be a reader
comfortable.
digested.
So that's a good one.
Yes, thank you.
Do you mind if I write that down?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
Well, you wait till I come back. I'll slay the beast and bring honor to my elders and ancestors.
You think you can do it yourself?
Yes, me and my axe.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So yeah, here, and she'll thrust the lantern at you. I'm always around here, so it's not too hard to find me. I'm usually reading in one of the local taverns every evening. I can say there ain't any in Bremen. I've been looking all over town. But if you check other places, you're likely to find them. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I know y'all are busy. I didn't hear what you're doing, but it did seem kind of serious.
Little bit of research, I suppose.
I would love to talk about research when y'all get back.
For sure.
Excellent. Good day to you, and see you next time you're in town.
Sure. Hopefully we will bring good news.
Well, I don't care so much about the news as much as I care about the chewinga, but if you bring that, that'll be good news.
Same difference.
Same difference. I like you. You're nice.
I try.
Have a nice day. Safe trips. Safe travels down south.
You too, be careful.
And she will continue to say goodbye several times, backing away slowly.
Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you, bye. And then,
Thank you, bye.
Yep, she totally trips over something.
Oh no.
I'm already walking down the street.
Yeah, Vistra's like,
All
power.
right. Just like, bye. Thump. You're just gone. All right. And with that, you are going to start heading south.
With snowshoes.
With snowshoes, which are actually going to make it pretty easy. So from Bremen, it is going to be a...
Am I light enough actually that with snowshoes I can basically hover on top of the snow?
What people say snowshoes are gonna do for you?
Yeah.
The snowshoes like legit snowshoes on a human actually sink in a fair amount of the way. Not all the way. They do spread it out enough that you don't just go.
I
So-
prefer snowshoeing to skiing, so
Yes.
Snowshoeing is so much fun. Oh my god, it's one of those things I'm
love
actually
it.
good at.
I
would-
can't ski. I've almost broken my leg twice.
I don't have a great
You know
knee,
what?
so-
Arnold Schwarzenegger broke his femur skiing. If he breaks his femur, like, I will die.
Yeah.
Like, the man's part cyborg. If he can't do it, I can't do it.
I dislocated my kneecap a lot, so
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah,
Snowshoeing is
breakable.
great. It's just, like, having strong quads. That's all you need. Quads. Such quads. All right, so with that, now heavy snow that came in last night has obliterated the trail that once guided your way down to Targos. So it's going to be a bit harder. Normally, the trip would take you. So we're going to say right now that it's early. You're still getting kind of the early twilight. It's about 11 a.m. at this point. So, heading south in snowshoes is going to take you about an hour and a half. It's not terrible,
That's
actually.
close.
The snowshoes really cut it down. Normally, it'd be about a 3-hour walk.
Oh, I was expecting it to be like
Not-
6 hours later.
Not to Targos. Targos is actually only about a mile away.
Oh.
You can
Not
almost,
bad.
yep, you can almost see it from a distance. It's pretty good. So you begin your traveling down toward there, and I think this is a really good time for us to take a brief break, and we'll be back in just a minute, everybody. So stay tuned. We'll be right back on Rime of the Frostmaiden. Hello, and welcome back to episode 1 of Rime of the Frostmaiden here on Dork Tales. As your party proceeds to the south, you have a pretty decent walk over what was formerly the trail down to Targos. Now, y'all have Roll20 open, so you can see the rough path. As you are headed down, you're doing the cross. You're crossing down to the south over the river that branches out of Mer Dualdon. Learn where your A's are, Kelly. And following it down to where Targus crests over the southern edge of that ancient lake. Can I just get a group survival roll?
Yes.
Okay, so for those of you who are newer to Dungeons & Dragons, the way this works is, Robin, you're going to do a group roll. I need 50% of you to succeed.
15.
Okay, 1,
21.
2,
18.
3. All right, so you're all good. And
15.
15? Oh, yeah, you guys are great. So you start heading down across the plains. You manage to cross over the river without a problem. And soon you will find that it's taken you just shy of 2 hours. But as you approach Targus, the sun is still in existence. You can see dimly in front of you in the twilight. And after about an hour and a half, just as you're starting to wonder, you will see the torches lit around the wooden wall that encircles Targus. Now, Targus. I don't know. Let me check the pronunciation. They actually put a pronunciation guide in here because they've got a bunch of Scandinavian-style names.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ooh.
But I don't know if they... I want to make sure I hit it right, so... They don't have it in here because they're like, you're an idiot if you can't pronounce Targos. We're going to go Targos because that sounds super fantasy. Okay. So, Targus, like Bryn Shander, is encircled by a wooden wall, which protects against ravaging orcs and the elements. The wall extends onto the lake, creating a safe harbor for the town's boats. However, the water has frozen most of the harbor, and many of its boats are trapped there. Fishers must drag smaller vessels out onto the ice to actually do any fishing, which is what you'll see as you are approaching. A bunch of fishermen coming in. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon by the time you reach there, and many of them are pulling their boats back in. A new, fresh catch, still somewhat flopping inside of a net on each of these boats, which themselves are basically rowboats. There are dozens and dozens of these types of fishermen dragging their catches in, trying to make it in before 2 p.m., which is usually when the sun vanishes over the horizon. Now, some things that you might know about town. I'd like everybody here to make me a history roll, just to give you a sense of what you know about Targus.
4.
4? Okay.
17.
17. Nice.
At 20, I know shit ton about this place.
You do.
I spent too long here.
Absolutely would. And what did you get, Robin?
I got a. Whoops, I forgot what it was.
a
5.
A 5. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, Christine, I'm going to send you a private message right now.
Okay.
Ooh, whispers.
Whisper, whisper.
Riddles in the dark.
All right, there you go. So, what you all will probably know, since you've been here long enough, is that Targus is one of the, if not the, strongest fishing community in all of the 10 towns. It is a very, very lucrative industry in this area. The population is about 1,000 people, and its current speaker is a man named Nerith Maxildanar. Or Maxildanar. Maxildanar sounds cooler. He's a human male in his somewhere between 40 and 50, wears kind of a pointy chin beard, starting to be flecked with a bit of gray through his dark hair that's swept back. Targos is a pretty decent place to go, and it's where most of the people from Bremen would have to escape in the event of like an orcish raid, because it can muster about 200 soldiers in a pinch. Its heraldry is a single black ship facing to the right on a blue field, representing the town's pride in its fishing fleet. You also know that as one of the larger towns in the 10 towns, their sacrifice to appease Oral is always a humanoid. 2 10 weeks ago, pardon me, 2 10 days ago, not 10 weeks, that would have been awful. 2 10 days ago was the last time of the new moon, which means that this will be happening again in about 7 days. You know that it definitely, its fishing industry is particularly dangerous to Bremen because they share the same waters. But overall, it could be worse. What you will know, particularly, Lysithian and Callie, is that there are 3 really good places to spend your coin inside of Targus. Now, all of you may have heard of these places and maybe even visited them, but special knowledge of the Luskin Arms is the oldest pub house in the 10 towns, established back when Brinchander was still just the camp on the hill. And Luskin itself was a thriving city. Yes, dog. It's an absolute artifact, which is probably why Lysithian likes it so much. Most of the decor is about 2 centuries old.
Ooh.
Reflects Luskin as it was before it fell into before its decline. It's old, rotten, and the owner, Owen Tarsnell, is a quiet, balding man who's definitely sunk into the depression of late middle age. And that's also, both of you will know for certain, that is where Maxil Danar, the speaker of the town, lives. He has one of the rooms permanently rented. Does not own his own property, as far as you can tell. There's also another tavern called the Three Flags Sailing, which is where most of the fishers hang out. If you want to go for a good bite, Callie, this is particularly where you like, a gray-haired widow named Ethrin Yarble, who is better known as Ma, is the owner of that. She's a fussy, middle-aged human woman who basically treats everyone younger than her like they're her children, and anyone older than her like they're her dumb older brother. And that's most likely where you're going to hear a rumor, and it's where, aside from people staying in the Luskan Arms, most people go to actually eat and drink. They sleep at the Luskan Arms. They go to Three Flags. And then besides that, all of you will probably have heard about Triglio, which is a general store, which takes its name, as the two of you will know, from one of the shanties that the fishers of Targus sang when they're hard at work, which goes, "Triglio, lads, an oyster upon the line. Triglio, lads, bring your fishers in." That doesn't rhyme, but I guess it does in its original fantasy jargon. Triglio, lads, and bring your fishers in. There. Its proprietor is a guy named Justin Hunray. It's a really scrawny guy who used to be a fisher and unfortunately crippled his hand in a fishing collision. So he just sells stuff now. That would be particularly where you'd want to buy your axe beak.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you are going to make it inside of Targos. Now, as you approach, a pair of watchmen standing up on the wall will look down. Hey there, where are you coming from? Bremen?
Bremen.
All right, don't cause any trouble, all right?
We won't.
Aye.
All
Wouldn't
right.
think of it.
I've heard that from an elf before. And with that, there will be a groaning. And the front doors... the front gate will swing wide open. As you approach, you can see that it's already getting dark. The oil lamps in the streets are being lit, but far more sparsely than they used to. Only the ones around places of actual value, like shops, and inns, and pubs, are actually being lit. The rest of them are being conserved. You're heading in through the northern door, and as you do, you will find your way into town following along these old and well-plodded roads dipped in snow. Where are you headed first?
Probably to
The best
get a
place-
room.
I think going to the Luskan Arms pub would probably be a good idea.
All right, so
It's my favorite.
We'll get rooms there, but go
for a drink.
to Three Flags.
Yeah.
I think the Luskan is perfectly fine for all of that, in my opinion.
Ma does better food.
It's better ale.
Far better.
Party conflict, go.
I don't know.
That's fine. You can eat the swill at Luskin. I'm going to Ma's place.
I will join you at Mars, but I'm just saying that Luskan is probably better. It has more history, therefore better.
It's gone to the dogs.
I've never been here before.
It is a how do you say in common?
Aged?
Well preserved piece of history.
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Preserved history doesn't turn out so well in food.
Have you really eaten there before, though?
I mean, yeah, the first time.
I think your
They got
palate
good
is
rooms.
your palate isn't as refined, and that's okay.
Old.
What
That's the word
direction
you're
are we
looking
going?
for.
So you are headed down into the town itself. So you're heading along these veering roads kind of to the southeast of town. So if you look down on the map that I provided inside of Roll20, you will see roughly the way that the town is laid out. Bottom middle. Ignore anything that I didn't mention because it's not in my book. So those maps might have been from a previous age.
Oh,
Yeah, it might have
okay.
been from the previous.
It was probably from
Publications.
Storm King's Thunder or something like that.
Yeah.
And so that's been quite a few years and definitely some changes to towns. So just we're going to focus on the few places that I mentioned.
Okay, so just Lusk and Triglio and Three Flags.
Yep, those are the 3 big ones right now. I think the others might have closed because of the weather, to be honest. So, before long, you'll make it to the Luskan Arms, and it's old, that's for sure. As soon as you open the door, the first thing you'll notice is that the wood of the door, although thick, is very light, and speaks of a bit of dry rot. As soon as you enter, the smell of the place is... It's musty and... Still, despite the disrepair, there's something dignified about the age of the place. It's senile and falling into a bit of disrepair, but who isn't? Especially in a place like this. How old is Lysithian?
200.
200? So yeah, this place actually kind of reminds you, like the architecture inside of here is... It's like looking at childhood photos almost. Like you look back and you're like, wow, I can't believe they dressed me like that. You know, like that type of vibe.
It's not so bad once you get used to it. The smell, it only lasts for a short while, I promise. But it's really worth it. It was really quite beautiful a long time ago, from what I read.
So as you are entering inside, I'd like everybody just to make me a perception roll.
Sure. Oh, that's garbage. It's going to be total of 10.
Okay.
Oh, I'm better. I'm better there. 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
16.
16? What was that?
15.
15, okay. So as you enter, Lysithian, you take a nice deep breath in and remind yourself... Did your dog just fall over?
he might as well have.
Okay. I just heard a thump and like did a very...
No, that was just him barking.
Oh, okay. I thought a loaf was hitting the ground.
No, I mean, he's basically on the ground all the time, so.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, he's only about an inch from it normally, so...
Exactly.
So, looking around, you definitely can see that the building is as it is. And as soon as you enter, just from the counter in front of you, you can see the bald, somehow sweating in spite of the chill, shape of the rather doughy man, Owen Tarsnell. Or Tarsnell. Who starts a bit when the door opens. Oh, yes. Hello, and welcome to the Luskan Arms.
Good afternoon.
As you walk in, Katerina and Callie, you are going to hear a creak underneath your boots. And then something else that you immediately will recognize. Something running in the walls and floorboards.
Oh my.
The place moves. Or something squirms inside of the walls as you walk. You can just barely hear it with your keen ears.
Like, just
Rats.
constant rats.
Whenever
Tons
you
of
move,
rats.
it feels like you're startling them from their slumber or invading their small communities with your footsteps.
Oh.
I'm gonna lean over to Katerina and kind of. Do you hear that?
The rats?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
You wanna see if Ma has rooms at the Three Flags?
Yeah.
Part of the history, it's fine.
We absolutely have rooms. I'm very happy to have you stay here. Rooms are not just very affordable.
Vistra is like,
Do they come with rats in them?
I'm sorry. Are you you have a pet rat?
No, I can hear them in the walls.
I mean, there are perhaps a few rats, but I mean, there are a few rats in every tavern that you're going to. I wouldn't concern yourself. There are no got rats in the walls than in the rooms, am I right?
It's true. No, I agree.
I've known... I know you. It's wonderful to have you back.
No, it's good to be back. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been...
Time for the rats to breed.
The rats were always here. So it's...
That many?
That's not a positive thing.
No, I don't think it was always this many, but, you know, I think it's part of the charm. It's an older place.
You're really... What do they have on you?
What do you mean?
You're selling this too hard.
No,
Are they blackmailing me? We'll help you.
No, it's an older
We don't care.
establishment.
It's okay.
It's been around probably as long as I have.
I don't like rats.
And you
It's history. It's a historical
with
place. I
rats.
don't- Yes, rats are historical too.
So,
I will take one room for now, just to hold a place for us.
Yes, that would be, normally, a room here, for the night would be, 5 silver pieces. However, for, and one additional silver piece per person if you're sharing a room. But because you have stayed with us before, I'm willing to just make it a flat rate of 5 silver pieces for all of
Sure.
you in a room. It also makes it easier to make sure that you're all warm.
I will give him 6 silver pieces.
Oh, thank you, my good elf.
Ali is just
Anytime.
staring at him.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's stable? Sorry,
Yeah.
I cut you off DM. My bad.
No, you didn't actually. Go ahead. He's just
Oh,
sputtering
okay.
a lot. When you picture this guy, I want you to picture what's his name? Y'all watch Doctor Who?
Yeah.
Yes.
The bald guy
Yeah.
from the most recent couple seasons. He was with Capaldi.
Oh, yeah.
That, Matt, what's his name?
Ma'am. No, I wouldn't say Mercer. That's
No,
not
not
right
Matt
name.
Mercer. Matt Mercer's basically the opposite of this guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm picturing this guy. Very, very, very doughy. Looks kind of like very myopic looking. Like he's definitely squinting a lot to see past his nose, which is what I would do if I didn't clean my glasses like that. All right. Yeah, make me that insight roll.
Yes. Okay, that's
If a
not too
rat-
bad. Hold on.
Touches me, I'm out of here.
It's a 19.
He is definitely broken spirited. This man he's going through the motions, but he's having trouble putting his words correctly together. He seems, for one, definitely vitamin D deficient. But you've seen this a lot around the 10 towns in your travels. People lose hope that summer, or hell, spring, or fall even, will ever return to Icewind Dale. You are looking at a man whose hope has gone.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. Just around him. And I'm going to show, like, flowers and just, like, soft little butterflies.
Okay.
Just to give him just a little, just to brighten up the room a little bit.
Okay. That's
Consider it a tip.
Thank you, friend. That's... I haven't seen a flower in... My mom liked those. Peonies.
Sure she did. Yeah.
We didn't used to get many of them up. Sign into the book. He pulls a dusty
Sure.
tome out and slides it across. And you can see that it's a guest book that's been updated recently, which lists, of course, the speaker living here in the largest room, which is listed as, we'll say the penthouse. We'll say the king's chamber or something like that. And then there's another room that he points you to, and that's my next largest one.
Sure.
You're happy to have it. It's got 2 beds, so you'll have to share, but they're big. Or I could put you in 2 rooms.
1 room is probably okay.
I'll make sure that
We can share.
I'll make sure that the fire is going nice and strong. And if you're concerned, I'll make sure to put out some traps, just in case.
Thank you very much. Anything to help.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
I'll take my own separate room, please.
Absolutely. Given all of that, I think 3 silver pieces for. I have a small bachelor. It's the cheapest. I could do 4 silver pieces for the next size up. It's small but comfortable.
Do we want to just do the 2 rooms then? Or Katerina, do you want your own?
I'd prefer my own.
Sure.
That's just what I'm used to.
I don't mind sharing. You are warm.
Is that acceptable to you? The 4 silver coins.
That's perfectly fine. If you want, I can. I'm a singer, so I could perform tonight as well if you'd like in exchange. Because I have that that bardic feat.
The special ability, like the bardic ability.
Yeah, the by popular demand, free lodging in exchange for performing, and it boosts your view as a public figure.
Well, we don't have many people staying here right now, but I tell you.
Why don't you put the word out that you have a singer in tonight and might get a bit busier.
If you could go to the 3 flags and lure some of them back here, I would appreciate that.
I think that's doable. Is that agreeable to you two?
I think that's perfectly fine on my end.
I'll get some stew going.
Sure.
There's not much room in the common room, but I guess
we can make it work.
Yes, that sounds agreeable then. I can make sure that you have your own room.
Thank you.
And of course, all of you will get the breakfasts.
Thank you.
Just sign in here.
Sure. No. Sign.
All
It's
right.
very
Sign.
curly cursive.
Sounds good. He will slide you a pair of iron keys, 1 for each room across the table, and we'll direct you. Just up on the 2nd floor. Your room is the last one on the right, and yours is the first one on the left. So
Thank you.
Opposite ends.
Thank you.
And anyone who pays attention will notice that Katerina's writing is actually really messy.
She didn't go to school.
Like, especially in comparison to Lysithian's beautiful Elven. Yeah, Katerina's, well, she is always so prim and proper. Her writing is like a jumbled mess.
Nice. All right.
What is the cat situation in Icewind Dale?
They mention dogs a lot. They don't mention cats too much. I'm going to say that there are cats here because people bring cats everywhere. And there probably are some Maine Coon style cats that people keep because this is or Norwegians, right? Because this is basically Scandinavia.
Callie will spend a little bit of time while she's here and track down a few and find out if there's any ones that don't have a home already.
Okay. Yeah, we can absolutely do
House they
that.
belong to. And
So-
kind of go. So
So by the
There's
time,
that place full of rats.
because you said,
Moving food.
do you just,
Go eat it.
do you just speak with animals, or do you have to have a spell for that personally?
I do.
right now I have a spell. It depends on what circle I take at 2nd level.
Okay.
So I do have speak with animals.
That sounds fine. So what we're going to say is that you all unload your things, and you three will have to decide who shares a bed. Although, if it's Callie, that's not really much of a share, so that's pretty good.
I was going to say probably myself and Callie, because I'm very tall and slender, and she is just very tiny. If that's agreeable to you, Callie.
That's fine.
And she
I've slept with
sprawls.
big things before.
That hangs in the air for a good few seconds. All
Doesn't
right.
bother me.
And with that, you unpack your things, and as you are leaving, you are... One moment, I just gotta check one minor thing. So... as you finish packing up your things and unpacking your things, I mean, and start heading out into town, you are going to head out into the main hallway. And that's when you notice that the door across the hall from you is going to open after you hear a couple of deep voices speaking back and forth. Well, that's exactly what I said. But then again, can't walk with a broken leg, am I right? That is exactly right, sir. You'll hear another deep voice answer, and the door will open, and a red-skinned tiefling wearing very well-polished plate armor is going to leave the room. And you will recognize, those of you who've traveled through town, that he was speaking with Nerith Maxildinar, the town speaker, who was, as I said, a human with a slightly olive complexion, craggy face with a chin strap beard going a little bit. Definitely looks like Gendo Akari. You feel me?
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So as it opens, they will stop and look at you, and Nerith. Oh, what do we have here? People are actually staying here besides me. Huh.
Looks that way.
What of it?
Yeah.
Just asking that you let me know if my noise is too much for you.
What, do you intend on bringing common horrors in here?
Not common.
Well, I request that you keep it down.
That shouldn't be a problem. Lysithian Callisto.
Yes. Nerith. Correct?
Most would say Speaker Maxildanar.
Since you addressed me on a first name basis, I think it is only correct.
I'll be sure to keep it down while you're in residence.
I would appreciate it, thank you.
I don't imagine you'll be staying long.
So what if we do?
Can I get an insight roll off of you three who are right there? And Katerina, are you done? Are you heading into the hallway as well?
Yeah.
Okay. You can make that roll as well then.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
17.
13.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right.
Plus
So
my insight, which
he's-
is ridiculous.
he's
It's
talking-
24 total.
he's talking to Lysithian right now, but his eyes are not on them. While he's talking, and especially when he says the line, "I don't expect you to stay here long," his eyes are locked on Callie Thornhills. Well, have a comfortable stay. And if you come across any mice, let me know. My snakes are always a little bit hungry. And he'll shut the door and lock it behind him and head out.
When the snake owns snakes.
He seems nice.
Yes.
The
Callie, do you know him?
No.
Insight
Never
check.
met.
I was gonna say
Sure,
inside
go
on
ahead. You can make me an insight check. You can make me a counter bluff check if you'd like.
Another natural 20.
What? There is no bluff.
Oh, sorry, deception. Sorry, that's me still thinking Pathfinder.
Nat 1.
Are you kidding? Finally!
That's so good. I love it.
I
So
had a nat 1 today.
no, I know, but you losing to a check to a nat 20 is just great in my opinion. All right, so and Vistra, what'd you roll?
I got a 18.
Okay, so she's lying. She knows about. She definitely knows something about this guy. You are pretty. I mean, what does that sound like when it comes out of you, Callie? With a nat 1.
No.
Lysithian, you are going to know that there is an edge of something beneath that, where not only is she lying, she's hiding something about the lie. Something secretive.
I'll just nod.
Okay.
All right.
The paranoia begins. All right. Where to now?
Would you
We'll
like
go
to go
find
to
that
Ma's place?
Yes, lunch.
An ale.
All right.
I said lunch.
I mean, from what I've read, dwarves drink with every meal.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
ale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Breakfast,
and it's
lunch,
part of
dinner,
lunch.
second breakfast, right?
Yeah, exactly. Everything.
Dwarves eat second breakfast? Interesting.
A few moments later, you will burst through the doors of, well, Three Flags Sailing, and the music is already playing. There is a young man working a small. What is this? What instrument is this?
I have no idea.
Working some type of accordion, we'll say. Accordions are things. Basically playing an accordion and leading them in a little bit of a sea shanty. In fact, the sea shanty. Triglio, lads, an oyster on the line. Triglio, lads, and bring your fishers in. Hey! An old human woman is going around ladling out fish stew. That should be good for you. Eat up proper, eat up proper. Ah, customers!
Good afternoon.
Come in, come in. Don't traipse the snow in. Oh, is that
Sure.
Callie Thornhill?
We need some of your stew.
Ah, well, where have you been? It's been on the boil for weeks now. It's good to have you back. Let's see, dwarf-sized portion. Let's see, Callie, if I remember correctly. She tips her glasses down her nose. 3 portions for every foot of height. And, She'll point directly in your face, Katerina. Watching your weight.
Always.
Not after that hike. You're fine.
Girly, you've got a figure on you. You should definitely fill it out a little bit. A little bit of blubber will save your life in this temperature.
She has a point.
Besides, if you're going to get anywhere in Icewind Dale, just remember, everyone likes a little more to grab onto at night.
Oh, I'm still getting used to not having enough to grab onto at night. There was enough of that when I was growing up.
Well, if you're looking for something to do, this is not the place for it, but I can probably suggest a couple places around town with people who are offering.
I think just the stew would be good for me.
I didn't mean that. I meant extra weight.
Ah, I see. For drinks today, I have stew, and I have beer, and I also have, the wine supplies are on. A little bit of mead from Good Mead. Finally came in about 10 days ago.
Yes, please.
I will try some meat.
Some meat?
Definitely.
Excellent.
That sounds lovely.
Good.
You know how you do the portions of foot for good old Cal here? Do pints of beer for every foot of me.
I think I can afford that. So, let's
So
see.
you're only gonna have 3?
I'm 4. 4'2".
Sure.
Just start.
How about? Yeah, you look like a strong lass. I'll just bring you out a full gallon. Which would be a good start.
That's a good start.
A table just cleared up in the corner. Go ahead and grab that and enjoy yourself.
Thank you very much.
Harville should be done playing soon if you wanted to get in on the action. Miss Flamebow.
Firestring.
I was this close. Well, grab a seat and I'll be over there in just a moment with your food.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ma.
And she'll smile and head over. Now, for you all to drink, so a gallon of ale here is gonna run you 2 silver pieces. A mug of the mead's gonna cost you 5 copper, and then like a meal here it's pretty modest. It's affordable. It's gonna cost you about 3. You know what? That's per day. Never mind. So it's going to cost you about a silver piece. Not
Okay,
terrible.
and the mead was 3 copper?
The mead's 5 copper.
You
For a
got
mug.
it.
And it's 2 silver for a full gallon of beer, though. So that's pretty good. So go ahead and mark those down. And if anybody wants to order a chunk of meat, like a big, like a steak, that's usually about... it'd be a pretty thick salmon, well, trout steak here. That'd be about 3 silver pieces.
All right.
I was going to say I'm like, Lysithian is pescatarian.
And they're like, well, then this is the place for you to live. The things that people eat here are basically mountain goat and fish.
So it's 2 silver?
It's 3 silver for the chunk of meat,
3.
but however, you
Sure.
are not going to be hungry for the next like 10 hours. When I say it's like a 10-ounce trout steak.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
I might make steak tomorrow.
And that is, of course, the knucklehead trout, which is the local wildlife that everybody lives off of here. One moment, I'm going to show you a photo of this thing because it's ridiculous looking.
I need
Love it.
I need to go out and catch more salmon.
Okay, that is a knucklehead trout.
Whoa.
That's so cool!
That's cool.
How
So it-
big is this thing?
Knucklehead trout is, well, it's a small beast, so they weigh about 70 pounds. So about the size of, what is that, like a tuna?
God damn!
70 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good sized tuna.
Like
Yeah.
that's like a very, very large salmon, right?
That if you can, there are very rarely 70-pound salmon.
So
Yeah.
hold on, I can show you
I
another
don't
photo
fish, so I don't
of them.
know.
So there is a better look at them being eaten by a Karen cat.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's cute. Also, I love that cat.
Yeah.
That's a crag cat. So it's like kind of like a wild cat that lives in the wild, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
that's
snow
about
cat.
that's about double the fish that I caught that I gave you part of.
Oh, nice. That was a good fish.
Yeah, because that was 35 pounds.
Yeah, artisans do carve out the skulls of these, so a lot of scrimshaw gets made out of this big bony protrusion on the front.
Nice.
Knucklehead
cool.
trout are also pretty dangerous, so you want to keep your fingers away from them. They do keep them. All right. So as you're enjoying your meal and things, what are y'all doing? Are you gonna talk to some locals, maybe check around for some things, or just enjoy your meal?
I'm going to drink my mead and listen in on conversations.
Okay. So if you're just listening in, go ahead and roll me a d10.
D10?
Mhm.
Sure.
I'll say Vistra's the more she drinks, the more chatty she's gonna get. So she will start to wander and
Okay.
make friends.
That sounds good. So, are you asking about these people you're looking for?
Kind of casually, we're just like, how's it going? Like, blah blah blah, and then kind of
Work the conversation
working
around.
away. Yeah, kind of
Sounds good.
diverting the conversation.
So, Lysithian, what did you get on your roll?
Got a 1.
Got a 1. So you will hear as well that did you hear about this monster? You mean the one in Bremen?
Monster?
So this is like what Lysithian's overhearing while you're going around?
Okay.
What monster are you talking about? Apparently there's something that's attacking fishermen. I hear it's this ancient creature that's been living under the ice for hundreds of years. Eating fishermen whole. If they're eating fishermen whole, we would have heard about this a while ago. Besides, if it's a big monster under the ocean, Brad, why wouldn't it just be eating the fish? Well, maybe fish taste worse than fishermen. Have you ever eaten a fisherman? Why don't they serve fishermen here if they taste better than fish? You're an idiot. I'm not an idiot. Look, this is a legitimate story that I overheard. And they just go back and forth for a little while. Vistra, you can make me an investigation roll using charisma instead of intelligence.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, why are you such a dog? Can I use my inspiration?
Yes, you can.
Because that was like a 5 again. It's like, that's dog poo-poo. That's better.
How's that?
Using my charisma, so that's 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to take you a little while, but you will go and drink with some people and make some good friends. Or at least some short-term friends, anyway. But as you go around... One second. You got an 18?
Yep.
Yep, there you go. So you are making some good friends and talking around. What are Callie and Katerina doing during this, though?
So basically, like the old woman had said, when the other people get off the stage, I'm gonna go up and perform.
Okay. Go ahead and make
do a
a
couple
performance check. And Callie.
I am
Oh.
going to mainly listen, and then if somebody nearby says something interesting, I might join their conversation.
Sounds good. So roll me a d10. And Mike, what'd you get?
I got a nat 20.
Nice. All right, that's gonna
So
be
that boosts it to 26 for performance.
That's going to be fantastic for you. So you are going to do exceedingly well tonight. So one moment, or today. Well, I guess it's already night. So you are actually going to walk away from this with 2 gold pieces, and 6 silver pieces, and 8 copper pieces for your performance, as well as your meal covered.
Nice.
Are you going to take this opportunity to direct them back toward the other inn?
I am at the end of my set. Well, if you enjoyed that, I'm going to be performing at the Luskin Arms tonight as well. So I would love if everyone could come down and maybe see me again.
Are you going to sing the Ballad of Rat Hand Pete?
I can sing whenever you want me to,
Yeah, I'll go.
provided you have some coin.
Oh, Ma's not gonna like that.
All right. So Vistra will be back to you in just 1 second. What did you get on the roll, Callie?
8.
8? If you want to hear a really scary story, one of them says nearby. Lonely Wood? You heard the one about the dreaded white moose? It's been attacking loggers and trappers on sight, and the town's best hunters can't seem to catch or kill it. You're a hunter. Maybe you should go there and earn some coin. Then you could pay for a woman like that. I don't need to pay for women, Dad, says the 15-year-old boy. I'm a good hunter. Besides, she's not my type. What kind are you into? Donald, the neighbor's boy? He's way too old for you. Either way, you need coin. They just go back to chatting. So there you go. There's a rumor. Now, meanwhile, you have been drinking and enjoying yourself with a particularly grisly, kind of in a handsome, scarred up because he wrestled a bear dwarf over in the corner of Vistra. And as that has been going on, you have made decent enough friends with him. Let me just make sure the music goes back on because it turned itself off. There we go.
She definitely like started to like undo her coat a little bit. If he's a grizzled looking dwarf. Just like,
I like your beard. It's nice.
I like your beard.
Thank you. I made it myself. What brings you into town?
Oh, you know, just following some tips and trying to get by these days.
Oh, yeah. You chat around a bit, and at the end of carousing with him, you find out, first of all, his name is Brock. Brock Craighammer. That person you're looking for. What's his name? No, her name. Torg. Torga, right? The shield dwarf. She's a nasty piece of work. I don't know if I should tell you.
Oh, I can handle it. Come on.
Well, I know her travel plans. I actually auditioned for the role of bodyguard with her a while ago, but the pay wasn't quite worth the trouble that her people tend to get into. But when I auditioned for it, she did let me know her general route. I could tell you about it. But if the information got back that I was the one who shared it, wouldn't be good for my reputation. Maybe if you have something to sweeten the deal.
Well, other than the fact that I don't know you after we parted these ways, never seen you before in my life, you'd have to kill me before I'd say anything, and then I'd be dead, so I wouldn't be talking anyway.
That's true.
I don't have much, as I'm just a hardy traveler, but what are you thinking? Gold? Ale?
I've got enough to drink. Gold I could do. Or supplies. Or, I'm staying nearby. It does get mighty cold at night.
Ooh.
Well, you know. Gotta keep warm somehow.
Let me just say, I'm tired of warming myself up.
Sure, it's better than where I'm staying at the rat-infested hotel.
I wouldn't. A lady like you. Far beneath you.
I know.
You deserve to be on top.
I know. It's where I belong.
I think Callie's probably starting to listen into this and just going,
How about, does that sound like a good arrangement? Tonight?
It does.
Just down the block on the end of the street. My house is the one with the gate that's has you'll be able to tell it's the only one with dwarven craftsmanship on the street.
You got it.
I'll be waiting for you. Now, as for Torga, you're in luck actually. Her sled pulled into town last night. I'm not sure where she is right now, but tonight she'll probably end up drinking here. Because where else? Unless she gets lured back by your friend over there. Now, what you need to know about them is Torga. She is a bit of a bully. She has 4 bodyguards, and plus that other one, the weird human who doesn't wear any clothes, like any heavy clothes anyway. Real mean bastard. But she keeps 4 more to help drive off people, and as far as I understand, she's been running a protection racket. Or encouraging people to buy her materials rather than cheaper alternatives. Not the kind of work I'm looking for. I'm in it to beat up things that can actually fight back, not just lazy shopkeepers.
Exactly. It's the honorable thing.
I do what I can. I think that she probably has her dogs being taken care of over in a place across town. It's called the Hammersmith Stables.
Okay.
Odds are she's probably staying nearby. I think she has a rented accommodation. As far as I can tell, it's not here. But she will be here to drink later. Don't do anything that prevents you from coming home tonight.
Wouldn't dream on it.
Well, happy negotiations.
I thank you. You've been very useful to me.
I stand to be useful to you yet. All right. And are you just going to hang out with him for a little bit?
Probably that, and then, make my way back and kind of tell everyone what I've heard.
All right. So, Callie, you were listening into all of that.
Giving finger guns over the shoulder.
Okay. All right. So you head back to the table as Katerina is finishing up her set. It's been about an hour, and you have all that information.
So, what do you guys want to do? Sounds like we have a plan. Or we know her plans.
I was going to say, sounds like you have plans tonight, actually.
Wait, what did I miss?
She
I
traded a
found my
night
own
of fun for information.
Oh, that does sound like fun.
Alright.
I don't know, I just think there are better ways, but hey, to each their own.
It's been a bit lonely. Past
That's
couple
fair,
years.
we are here.
Right?
So, no, whatever keeps you warm. So, we go to the stables?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys go right there?
Or do we
time-
want to
what time
go back
is it?
to...
So right
Yeah.
now, you've been playing for at least an hour. You got in just before 2 p.m. So I'm going to say it's getting close to about 5 o'clock by the time this is all done with all of your negotiations and stuff. It is well and truly dark outside as soon as you step out onto the street. Wind is whipping past you, and as you step outside, assuming you are going outside?
I think so, at least
Yeah,
to
yeah, I
head
think so.
back to where we're
The
staying.
Luskin.
So as you are stepping outside, let's get...
It's getting around dinner time, so Katerina needs to perform.
Make some money.
Oh, I thought that was a little later in the evening that you were doing that.
Yeah, I figured we would be doing it like 8 or 9 or so.
I could also want to potentially be back here if Torga's going to be drinking at the Three Sails as well.
Okay.
At some point. Three
It's-
Flags.
It's half the fun.
True, but I hope that your music will prove them wrong about the other place. It just needs some livening up, that is all.
As soon as you step outside and are bundling up and talking about this, the wind is going to whip past you, and a dwarven woman is going to push up through your party and into the door. "Move out of the way," she says. "You're blocking the door." She's flanked by 4 heavily armed humans. Looking at her immediately, you'll see that she's a shield dwarf. And vaguely fits the description of Torga. Do you step out of the way and let her into the pub?
I'll step aside. It's
Well,
like, yeah,
step-
fair enough. I'm standing in
Yeah.
the doorway.
Oh, step
I'm
aside. Well,
Keeping
I
a
mean,
very close eye on her.
you could have asked nicer.
You could have moved faster.
No, my friend is correct.
One of the humans will walk by you and leer in your face.
Yes.
Okay.
And with
All
that,
right.
what do you do?
Curse them out in Druidic.
Okay. Chirp, chirp, chirp.
No, it's an actual language.
Go fuck yourself.
I speak Dwarvish. No, you said Druidic. Never
Druidic,
mind.
yeah.
I'm apparently like dyslexic hearing things too, not just reading. Apparently.
Dysomatic? However
Sure.
that would be, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do Dwarvish because she'd for sure understand it.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
what.
she'll probably get my gist.
So they're going to head inside and just slam the door behind them if you guys are out of the door frame.
Yep.
All right. So what do you all do? Now, I will say that Torga was walking in, but she was with 4 very warmly dressed humans.
Not the one we're looking for.
No.
Yeah.
Do we go to the stables still?
Go check.
I think we may as well.
Now, is there any reason we'd want? I don't know if there's a way to keep track of each other, but
I can send messages, but it has to be within, I believe, 120 feet. So
so let's say we could have someone watch Torga at the bar to keep an eye on, see if she moves to either go back to wherever she is or come find our friend we're looking for.
no, I don't have any spells that could do that. You'd have to be fairly close for me to tell you.
All right, let's go.
But if we do go to the stables, someone could go in and I could keep watch and let you know if someone is coming.
That's a good idea.
Sounds good.
The first thing you'll notice about Targus is that no one is on the street. Past dark, no one tends to be anymore. And if they are, they're going from one place to another. This is a hostile environment, even inside of town. The guards themselves huddle up in warm rooms attached to the walls, around burning bins, away from all of this. You make your way over to the stables. You could hear the sound of barking and growling dogs, locked inside, about a dozen of them playing with each other, tackling each other to the ground. The stables out here have an outdoor burning bin as well, and as you're approaching, you can see that there's one stable hand who's working there. A young girl of about 18, probably. Very square build, very kind of pockmarked skin that's framed by a Laplander hat. She's throwing kibble to the dogs and trying to warm herself up between every scoop, as well as warming the scoop up so that it penetrates the kibble bins. Do you approach her, or do you just scout around? Because as you're looking, you will see that tucked away is a dog sled with a symbol that you'll all recognize. That was explained to you earlier. That is that of a gold wolf paw on a black field. Torga's emblem.
I will approach the girl and kind of just shrug at the others and go, you go check it out.
I'll go investigate the dog sled.
Yeah, I'll stay within 120 feet.
Okay. As you step inside the stables, she'll raise her hands. Hello. Are you customers?
I don't know about them, but I was wondering if you've seen or have any stray cats hanging around that are like extra, you don't need.
No.
I'm looking for a cat.
Not here. The dogs will keep them away.
Do you know where I might find one?
Yeah, maybe at where they keep warm, probably in some of the old buildings.
I just figured a stable quite often cats hang out there.
Down at Market Square, probably near Triglio.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's no problem. Excuse, ma'am. When you try to pass Katerina, she'll. Can I help you?
How much is a dog sled?
It's not for sale. That dog sled belongs to a local merchant.
Oh, that's such a shame. It's such a nice one.
Yeah, sorry. We do service animals if you ever bring them in.
Who does this one belong to? Maybe I could go talk to them directly.
She'll point to the wolf's paw on the banner. That's Torga. It's Torga Icevane's caravan. She's one of the merchants that travels around here.
Oh, I have heard the name.
She's just headed down to the to the flags if you were looking to talk with her or buy anything. I think they took all of their main merchandise away, but we've got it locked up for the night for safety. It's
What
just
sort of things do they sell, usually?
ale and wood and flint and tinder and whale oil, I think. I saw them unloading some whale oil earlier. You can go ask them. They're just like, it's just the you know the flag. It's just about a block that way.
Oh yes, no, we know.
It's just that one. It's within sight.
No, we came from that direction.
Well,
But
it would be.
did they have anything strange? Just between you and me.
Between you and me, I don't make enough money to know that.
Well, you could.
Could I?
I'm going to just kind of like reach my hand into like my pouch and just kind of like, sort of like Captain Jack Sparrow, like a coin. Just, I don't know. Did they bring anything else?
5.
Silver? Does that do for you?
Gold.
Let me see. Make it 3 gold and 2 silver.
Or you could just tell us what we want to know.
Or you
I
could
could
take
call
my
the
offer.
guards. Or it's pretty quiet out. They could probably hear me.
So you do know something.
My stomach's a little rumbly. I can tell you what I know, or for 5 gold I can go on a walk over to the loo.
All right. 5 gold, you let us snoop around?
I can give you 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Sure.
Can I make an insight check on?
Okay, yeah,
Her?
go ahead.
That is a 18.
18. She seems pretty legit. She's a young girl who's making a stupid decision right now. So you're definitely preying on her naivety and her money lust at the moment. 5 gold. It's a little steep, but given that you could, if they have anything left in their sled, you could tamper with it, destroy it. You could steal it. The sled itself is worth probably 50 gold by itself, at least, if not 100.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'll give 2 gold.
I'll press the 5 gold into her hand, or if you're giving 2, I'll
Press
Yeah,
3.
I can give 2.
I'll give 3.
If you could just do me a favor and just watch this space. I'm feeling I've got my my
Sure thing.
my girl stuff.
No, it's no problem.
No problem, honey.
No, you go rest.
And she will just walk off around the block, leaving you the. It's inside of a pen, so you'll just have to climb over it. Not a problem for any of you.
Sure. I will stay outside and keep watch.
The dogs will bark and howl at you as you approach, but they're generally fairly friendly. They're well trained, and are very happy to see people.
Aww.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Aw.
Okay, one of the dogs is going to run right up to you. It's a middle-aged bitch with kind of grayish striped hair. It's a husky, right? So it's definitely kind of like the slightly faded-looking husky, but very, very youthful and very springy. And she'll bound up to you. Treat?
Batch?
What? Oh, scratch.
I will reach out and scratch
I thought
behind
you
your
said
ears.
fetch. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, not at all. She'll lean forward and let you get to scratching.
Who's that good
Her
girl?
leg will start going. All right.
I'm gonna go look at the sled, and as a clan crafter for my dwarven background, would I what would I see? Because
So make me an investigation roll with advantage. And anybody else who's investigating the sled as well.
I'm just gonna
Callie's
stay towards the
distracting.
entrance of the stable yard to keep an eye out for if they come back unexpectedly.
So there are okay, that sounds great. And you're distracting the dogs. So there
I'm
are
keeping an eye out.
so you're keeping an eye out. What is Katerina doing? Are you just looking around the entire area? Or are you going to look at the sled too?
She's investigating around the area, and
Make me an investigation roll.
I just did, and it's a nat 20.
Oh god. Okay. So let's start with Vistra. What'd you get?
19.
19. So as you monitor the area, Lysithian, give me a perception roll if you're keeping watch. Looking around, you are going to see that the girl was wrong. There are a few things still in this sled, kind of packed underneath. The sled is also parked further away from the fire so that it remains frozen. Very, very chilly there. As you pack around, or look around it, one of the larger sacks contains... looks like the cut wood, the flint and tinder sets, blankets, and the very basic rations are still out here because they can stand being frozen without any problem. You check those, all is in order. And then one of the larger sacks, as you open it up, you will see the frozen face of a male half-elf in his 30s. One of the dogs shakes in the distance. Lysithian, what'd you get on your perception?
18.
Nice. So you keep a good eye out. You don't see anyone nearby coming this direction, but the second that someone does, you'll know.
Okay.
Katerina, as you're looking around as well, you're going to glance down at the snow, and it's not really snowing right now, but the tracks are still present. It looks like it's all fairly fresh. You can see 5 sets of footprints, one much heavier than the others, or at least deeper, heading down the block toward the flag. And one Looks like, yeah, that's definitely a medium, maybe even a bit heavier than that built man. Long strides, walking the other direction. And then, of course, the girl who was tending the stable.
Okay.
You think you might have picked up a trail. As you track them around, you can see that where those dog sleds are parked, all of them are the point where the footsteps diverged. So that sixth person was definitely with them.
Okay, I'm gonna go share. If I don't find anything else, I'm gonna go share that information.
Okay. So you are sharing this information as Vistra is still checking around. So you are going to glance around as well. You'll see that they have all of those things. You'll check the other sleds. The only dead body among the sleds. But as you check the the chat's loving you, Hayden. Also, hi Cuddlesome Kraken, good to see you. As you snoop around, you got a high enough roll that you actually are going to notice that there is some paperwork stowed in the same sled as that corpse. And as you flip through it very briefly, you are going to notice that it looks like a wanted poster. A face that roughly fits the description of the dead man. Bounty hunting's not a crime. Hell, technically you're doing that right now. Okay. It's at that point that Katerina returns and says, hey, there's some... You think you found something?
Okay.
What'd you... I found dead people.
And I found another set of tracks.
Found it. No, I can't hear you. Are you back with us, or are you both over at the stables?
I was coming out to where you are, Lysithian.
Okay.
Okay, so you all are gathered around. Callie is playing with the dogs and talking to them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so I found another set of tracks leading from the dog sled down. They were with the other group that went to with the woman and her 4 bodyguards, but then they broke off. So I think that's probably our guy.
One would bet that might be him.
So, do we follow him?
Probably.
Do some of us follow him and some of us watch Dorka?
So, you said dead people? Did you find anything to support that?
I have a head.
People?
Well, I have a head and a letters that saying like.
Oh, the body's there too.
Okay, the body's there too. Cool, just a whole corpse. Awesome.
So, 100% a corpse, not just
100% dead.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Was it one?
So, like, evidence.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do say there was that bounty slip on it. It looks like it's a bounty to Luskan that you found.
Okay.
It looks like a bounty for about 125 gold for whoever this half-elf is that's dead. Luskan being a town to the south of Icewind Dale, so out of here.
Yeah. I mean, I have the bounty slips too, so like, extra evidence.
Okay, so not murder.
Yeah, not murder.
I
bounty
mean,
hunting.
technically is murder.
I mean,
but
It's solicited murder.
yeah.
I mean, it's a criminal that's getting killed for it, which is what we're being paid to do, essentially.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying what we're doing is bad. I'm just saying it's still murder.
Yeah, but we don't have...
No, it's
Our
true.
employer thinks they're murdering people. This is not proof of murder, though.
No, it's
it's
proof
not.
of
Bounty
employment.
hunting.
But My question is, why is the other bodyguard going off on his own? Why is he
Yes,
not with
that's
Torga?
fishy.
Why is he not with Torga, who he's supposed to be guarding? So
Got 4 others and she sent him to do
it's
something?
fishier than the food we eat. So
I think we
Well, I
should
might
go investigate him.
I'm gonna pocket the bounty slips
Okay.
as evidence, and try and put the body back how I found it.
Okay. That's not hard. You basically just like tie it back up.
And yeah, I'm gonna start wandering off towards those tracks.
Okay. So as you are doing so, you're going to follow this trail. So can I get you all to make me... are you doing it stealthily, or are you just...
Are they kind of going towards that market area that the girl said I should look for cats at?
they are looping around the edge of this, and they are headed back over that direction, yes.
I will just openly walk that way then.
Yeah.
The others can go stealthy. Like, maybe a couple of us be stealthy, but I've got an errand to be over there.
It is dark and very windy right now, and as you are moving through, I would like everybody to make me a perception
I mean,
roll.
I'm going to keep an eye out just in case this is, in fact, a murderer and then decides that they want to murder me.
23.
23? Damn.
Natural
That was
19, so.
perception, you said?
Yep.
I got a 10.
24.
All right.
Teen.
Beautiful. Okay. So, you are going to make your way across town. The wind is picking up, and it's getting cold. It's almost 6 o'clock. It's most unpleasant out here. And as you trudge through the snow, you'll see that there are quite a few other tracks making their way around here. It looks like people headed over to grab some food or drink or something like that. But one pair of footfalls heads down a side alley. And so does the trail you're following. Do you check it out?
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll follow along behind. I'm gonna go stealthy though, and I'm tiny, so
Okay.
it's easier.
So if you're doing stealth, I would like a group stealth check.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, let's go. Stealth. Where is my stealth? There it is.
What is my...
A 10?
10? Okay.
19.
19?
14.
Okay.
15.
15. Okay. So, by the skin of your teeth, you are going to make it down the side alley. It looks like it branches out. It's like a T-shaped alley that loops around the back of a pair of old, dilapidated buildings that look to be long abandoned. And as you approach, you can hear just around the corner.
Stealth.
You thought you could get away, didn't you? Oh, little piggy. Tell me, who did you pay off? Hmm? Oh, it doesn't matter. Oriel always gets her due. Please, please, please. Look, I'm just a merchant. I'm just a merchant, please. What do you do? I'm assuming that you probably want to make an initiative roll right now, actually.
Yes.
That's probably a good idea.
Yep.
I'm going to, oh goodness. I'm going to cast, can I see the alley that they are down?
So yes, you're going down the alley, and it looks like
Okay.
it forms a T at the back of it. They're on the left-hand side, just around the corner.
Okay, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
Do I have any idea what Oral looks like?
So it's not oral, it's Sephic.
Sephic. No. I mean like the goddess, the
Oh,
Frostmaiden.
oral. I don't know. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Make me a religion roll.
Oh no, that's garbage. I rolled a 3. With my religion, it's like a 7, so it's really not.
So
that
you think like an icy woman is probably a good bet? She's
Yeah.
a frost maiden, so probably like a young hot girl made of snow and ice.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do anything crazy like a lady. I'm going to have falling into Jester voice here. Oh no. I'm going to have snowflakes start to just kind of blow in.
Okay.
Down that alley, sort of as a distraction, maybe.
Okay. All right. So why don't we go ahead and so that'll start us off. Everyone roll initiative and tell me what you get.
19.
Okay. Oh, that was a hell of a thing.
Okay. Natural 19, 20, 22.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down the list. Anybody beat 22? Okay. So that's good because that'll start us off with your spell. So that's great. Okay, so all right, 20 or above. 18 or above. 17.
I had 19.
You had 19. Okay. All right, and what did you last two get?
8.
8. Okay. All right, what'd you get, Robin?
Nat 1 came to play finally, so that's a 3.
Ooh. I was like, there's no way that you won't be. Okay. All right, sounds good. So, Lysithian, you are going to cast that. And what are you trying to do with this?
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion, and I want to sort of divert his attention,
Okay.
trying to distract him from murdering this person.
Okay, and so what is it doing? It's like wind and snow blowing in.
So Minor Illusion, it doesn't make any sound or anything. I mean, I can make it make a sound, but I'm making, I guess since it's snowy out, can I change what I decide to have it do? Or
Sure, well,
is
it's
it set
happening
in
right
stone?
now, so what are you doing?
Okay, I want to make it like a woman's voice,
Sure.
and I want to make it sound just like, stop what you're doing. This is not the right target. Just try to sound like sort of,
Make
like
me
regal.
make me a deception roll with advantage.
Okay. This dice likes me. I say that. I say that now, but it's my drow
Right.
dice, and usually. Okay. Natural 19 plus my deception.
Okay.
Where's my? So it's 20. A natural 20.
Maiden. You hear a pause and a man whimpering, and you swear the sound of a man urinating in his breeches. But he just confessed. What is this? Where are you?
Hallie's
Show her.
going to
Okay.
wander, continue down the alley at that point, and
Okay.
just kind of like do like, not totally normal. Oh, where did that go? Oh,
Turning the corner, you are
Hi.
going to see Sefik Kalto, who is a tall man with olive-colored skin, a streak of white at each of his temples going through his about chin-length black hair that's been swept back. As he glances over at you, you notice that he's wearing basically a vest and like a dress shirt that's been rolled up to the elbows, a pair of breeches and boots, but nothing nearly warm enough for this temperature. And in his hand, he is holding a long, about machete-sized blade made of solid ice to a rather, to a middle-aged, balding, bearded human who is weeping and dressed in rather thick clothing. This is what you're going to round the corner to. He turns and looks at you.
aren't you cold?
Well, this is awkward. And as he says that, his eyes are
Looking for
going
my
to glow
cat.
bright blue.
Sorry.
You don't deserve to die. Neither did his. And, get out of here right now, and I'll forget you were here. This is an altercation between me and him. He cheated me.
Well, that was silly. But, I mean, if you... Are you the source of all those silly rumors going about then?
All right, so that's been a decent amount of time. Mike, what are you doing?
I was gonna cast Fairy Fire on him.
Okay. So, do I get a save on that one? I can't remember.
You do. It's a deck save.
Nope. Unless a 7 works. All right, so fairy fire engulfs him in like some dancing lights and makes him easier to hit.
Yeah, it gives advantage against any attack roll against the affected creature has advantage.
Okay, so suddenly the end of the alley will light up as fairy fire begins to dance around him, and it is his turn now. Well, so much for sparing you. Callie, what's your AC?
16.
Oh,
And can I have like put all my action towards being able to dodge? Because I didn't do anything.
Sure. What does the dodge action do in D&D? I never.
Dodge action.
It's like a plus.
You roll.
Is it a counter roll?
Oh, I'm not actually sure.
Nobody ever
I think you
uses
roll-
it.
Hold on. I have the PHB on. It's in my other room, but I have it on D&D Beyond. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, got it. I think I got
You got it?
I think I got it. Christine has the dodge or the PHB in her room right now.
Yeah, but it's physical and trying to flip through and find where the hell dodge is.
Being prone. I had it on roll. Come on.
Ability checks, saving throws.
You focus entirely.
Actions in
so
combat.
just you give it disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, so that sounds great. Let's go ahead and do that. He is going to. Oh yeah, good job there. He is going to step forward and take 2 swipes with his with this sword that is going to extend. The ice is going to melt down the hilt, and it is going to elongate into a full long sword. He is going to take.
I'm gonna kind of duck behind my shield and use that to help dodge and help it slide off. Then.
Absolutely, the first one is going to miss you entirely. This is really good. So the second one is you have a shield. You said.
Yes.
Okay, so it's going to slam into the leather on the outside of your shield the second time. The blade coming about 2 inches from your eye.
Dude!
You just killed my nat 20, so enjoy. Okay,
Thank God.
Vistra, you are at the back of the alley. What do you do?
I would like to rage.
I would like you to.
Oi!
So, Vistra's gonna get angry. She's gonna
Okay.
just rip off her outer coat, grab her great axe, and take a big old swing at this guy. Because
Sounds-
she's hitting my friends.
All right, so rushing forward, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
So, not 20.
You! All right, give it to me.
All right, so with
So-
the melee, how does this work?
So what happens is you're going to roll your dice twice. You're going to add your static modifier, so your +2 for rage, your strength bonus
Okay.
once.
Okay.
But you're using a great axe, so I believe that's 2d12.
Yep.
Yep. So that's a great first hit.
Vistra smash.
This
Yeah, apparently. Holy mac.
First D12 is a 12.
Perfect. Roll again.
Then a 5.
Okay. So that is 17 points of damage, +2 for your rage, so 19. And what's your strength?
6.
6. 25 points of damage on your first hit of the campaign.
Damn!
All right, so rushing forward, you are going to manage to put the edge of your axe directly in at his hip level, burying it into his pelvis. Blood is going to start to pour out, but as it does, you are going to notice that it begins to freeze against his body. It's not bleeding like normal. Looking at him, he's bleeding like a corpse. All right, Lysithian, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to cast magic missile on him, and it is an automatic hit.
It is an automatic hit. Go ahead and roll me your damage.
So 1d4 plus 1. Where is my d4?
And you do that 3
And it's-
times if I'm not mistaken.
It is. It's hard to grab a d4 when you're wearing gloves.
It's hard to grab a d4, period. Just don't drop it on the floor or else everyone
Yeah, it's
dies.
This
easy
is
to
also
step on.
true. They're like d4s. They're like ball bearings, but pointy.
Yeah.
Where is my other d4?
And Stu, thanks for
3
letting me
times.
know in the chat.
Yes. I was pretty sure it was roll with disadvantage, but I'm like, I'm gonna double check
That's
my
what it
logic
seemed
here.
like, because there are a couple of
Yeah.
strange maneuvers that give you pluses and minuses, like cover.
They're
which-
so hard to pick up with gloves. Jesus Christ.
Just
Just
roll a
use the
d8 and
Google
divide it
Docs.
by half.
I know. No, I got it.
Also,
Okay,
this song is rad.
Right? I love it.
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. All right. 3 bolts of magical energy slam into him. So, just to use terminology that you guys know in the future, when I use the term bloodied, that means that he is looking battered and beaten, and like the combat has had an effect on him, roughly equivalent to about half health. As these strike him, blood begins to pour over his crooked, old, gnarled teeth, and he is going to grip his blade, and is definitely bloodied. Callie, you are up.
Whoa, dude! And produce flame, and I'm gonna, in my hand, and fling it at him.
Okay. Is that an attack roll?
I yes.
believe it is.
So I produce it in my hand, and then I can throw it.
Okay, you have advantage on the throw because of fairy fire.
Wouldn't that have hit Lysithians?
It doesn't actually specify the first hit. It says any attack roll.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
Hitting
believe
it.
fairy fire is a duration.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
For 1 minute.
So it's produce flame.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just a ranged spell
Put the
attack.
bomb in your hand. You can make a ranged spell attack. So you're
21 to hit.
okay. All right. So so just for the future, since it is a ranged spell attack, I just realized that you're point blank, so you normally would have disadvantage, but
Oh, okay.
it's the first game, so we'll just roll with that. So 21 is definitely a hit. Roll me damage.
6.
6? All right. Yeah, he is definitely bloodied at this point. Fire is going to engulf the front of his shirt, licking his flesh and burning him. He's going to scream in rage and is going to... Ooh, how far is that? Sorry, just checking one thing real quick. Okay. He is going to snarl and take a swipe at Vistra's throat.
Wasn't I before him?
Oh yeah, you were. Totally my bad. I've got a gap in the initiative right here where I thought Vistra was supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
So
Just roll a 3.
0 to 3. All right, so sorry about that. Mike, you're up. What does Katerina do?
She's gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Okay.
So a Wisdom save, please.
Nope.
All right. So
Unless an 8 works.
that doesn't work.
Okay. I have to try.
Okay, so just a quick question here.
Yeah.
I'm not used to playing spellcasters.
Yeah.
So I have my spellcasting ability, spell save DC, and spell attack bonus.
Yes.
What do I add damage or hit wise?
Unless it specifically says something, you don't add anything to damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
So they take
and-
3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as speed allows away from you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go. I have dice roll set up. 12.
12 damage? All right. So you are at the edge of the alley, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So on that, you are going to cast that, and he is going to snarl and grab his head as that chilly black blood. It's the blood of a corpse begins to drip out of his nose and ears, and snarling at you, he is suddenly going to be wrapped in silvery fog, and is going to vanish. And you are going to all hear the sound of someone running across the rooftop above you. Those of you who are spellcasters, you probably recognize that as Misty Step. All right. He is going to spend his action running. He is running down the rooftop to the left of you. All of you at the edge of the alley. So Katerina and Lysithian, you cannot see him. But from where you are, Callie and Vistra can see him running along the rooftop.
You far away yet?
How far is
God
he?
damn it.
He is 30 feet, and he's 30 feet up and 30 feet down the house.
Okay.
He will have to come down, though, because the houses are not as closely knit on that side. So, Vistra, it's your turn. What do you do?
I would like to throw a javelin at him.
All right, so pulling a javelin from your satchel, go ahead and make me that attack roll. He still has fairy fire on him, so this is with advantage.
Advantage. Noise.
Yay!
All right. So 17 plus 6, that is 23.
Okay. 23 is definitely a hit.
Kill him!
So,
All right, so 1d6 plus 4.
26.
That would be a 10.
Okay, so 10. Is a javelin a d10?
No, it's 1d6 plus 4. I rolled
okay.
a 6 on my d6.
Okay, so 10, and don't forget your rage bonus.
Ooh,
So that's
yes,
actually 12.
that's- 12 damage.
Okay, so you hurl a javelin, and you will see it sail through the air and hover, hanging there in the darkness for just a moment, before it suddenly emerges into the light of the fairy fire he is wrapped in, plunging into his back. Hold on one moment. That is going to be enough that he is going to be running along the rooftop, and that is going to hit him directly in the side of his spine, which is going to make him tumble from the rooftop. Let me check to see if he lands face first. He lands hard on the ground down the alley to the left. He appears to still be moving, and that is... I got hit with fire this turn, so that sucks. All right, beginning of the turn. Lysithian, you are at the edge of the alley, but can make it down enough to see him within about 60 feet.
Okay, I'm going to move as close as I possibly can to him.
Okay.
And can I get within 30 feet of him? I have 30 feet movement.
You just can, yes.
Okay, I'm going to get within 30 feet of him. Is there anyone? Actually, let me double check the spell real quick.
Sure, which spell?
I'm going to cast Witch Bolt on him.
Oh, Witch Bolt is a great option.
Yes, so I'm going to pull a twig out of my pouch, hold it in my hand, like under my thumb, and Darth Sidious style lightning this fucker.
With unlimited power?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have to make an attack roll.
Unlimited power!
Plus 6.
Hold on, I can do this.
Okay, 16. 17, 18, 19.
Unlimited power.
Sorry.
22 to hit.
20. Yeah, that probably is a hit at level 1.
Okay, and then it's going to be 1d12 lightning damage.
Oh my god. I was hoping to at least hit one of you guys.
1d12 lightning damage to the target. And at the end, okay, that's only... Hey, it's only 3 points of damage.
Only 3 points of
But-
damage. Okay.
This... On each of my turns, I get to roll another one.
Okay. A bolt of lightning streaks across this alley right over the head of that plump man that he was hanging on to a moment ago. It strikes him in the back as he lands in the snow, and that's a cat butt. All right. The cat's like, the game's gone extra long. It's over now. Callie, you are up. What do you do? He's about 30 feet ahead of you, landing on the snow of the alley.
And he just got hit with Witch Bolt.
He just got hit with a bit of lightning. He is still on his feet, very badly hurt.
I'm gonna turn to the merchant dude and be like, so why was he trying to kill you?
It's. He starts hyperventilating a little, and
I pull him down and get him out of it!
It's because I bribed the speaker. I was supposed to go into the lottery, but I bribed him not to put my name in.
That's kind of dickish, but why did you...
Because
Why
I
is-
didn't want to die. To die.
Yeah, but why does he care?
All right. With that, it is now Katerina's turn.
All right. Well, I'm out of spells.
Okay. Yep, that's a bard.
Yeah, and I don't have any ranged weaponry. Um,
Do you have your bardic inspiration?
I do have a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Um,
So that's, I believe that's a bonus action. You can do that.
yeah, it's
I'm
a-
not trying to meta you. I'm just like, I've played bards.
No, I was actually gonna probably use that in this turn anyway.
You
I
might wanna-
meant to use it last one, but
So like cranking Vistra up might be a good idea.
that's actually exactly what I was gonna do.
So how do you do this? What do you do to encourage her?
Oh God, I have no idea.
Toss a javelin at that bastard, oh dwarf of the valley. Like, because you got to think, like, you got to do like a motivational speech. You got to do like a song. You have to be like, throw it in his head until he is dead. Although he's technically already dead. I think.
Yeah.
I only should play bards. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you'd be great at it.
Christine's scene. I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
It was weird.
That was very vulgar raps is what I did.
Oh my. Katerina's just gonna pull out her violin and start singing. If you kill him with your next shot, I'll buy you a pint.
I mean, that's literally all she needs. All right, Sephic is going to stand up, and he's going to hold a hand back. Look, he cheated. Someone died because of him. I'll surrender. Vistra, you are up. You are raging. What do you do?
Well, since I'm raging, Vistra smash.
Okay, are you going to run up, or are you going to throw another javelin?
He's what, only 25?
So from you, I'll say he's about 25 feet away from you.
Okay. Is the javelin still in him?
There is a javelin in his back, yes.
All right. So what I'm gonna do
Okay.
is I'm gonna run up. I am going to grab the javelin back out of him, and then stab him again. I know that's not like it's a ranged attack, but like.
Yeah, you can use it as a spear. I don't mind. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
So that sounds great. So why don't you roll me that attack? You have advantage, and the Bardic Inspiration dice, which is, I believe, a D6 at level 1.
It is a D6.
Okay. And
Cool.
just one moment, please. Okay. And your armor class is 15, 16?
16.
Okay, cool. Because I had a held action, which was to defend myself were you to come and try to kill me.
What?
I know, right? It's like, okay. And that is not good for you. Okay. So, as you charge forward,
Whoa.
he slashes out at you with his longsword. And it dodges, or you dodge directly under it. It cleaves actually a couple of hairs off the top of your head, which will float down cinematically in the fairy fire. You will be able to grab the javelin, turn it, and roll me your attack. What do you get?
Alrighty. Well, it's actually, this is good because my highest is a 5, so I will use my Bardic Inspiration. That rolled outside my little rolling thing. That's gonna be a 4, so that's a 9. And then my
Strength bonus, right? And
Strength bonus,
proficiency?
yeah. So it's 6, so that is a 15.
That is a 15. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Sweet. Yes.
Nice. Oh, level 1s.
All right, that is not as not as nice. It's only a 2 plus 4, so that's 6 points of damage plus 2 from my rage.
So
So that's a 8.
8 points of damage. That sounds fantastic. Hold on just one moment. So he swiped at you with that ice longsword. You turn and you jab this javelin directly into his chest. Blood, black and cold, is going to begin to pour out of his mouth. And that's when you're going to notice that you feel a sharp pain and a cold spreading through you. However, you have resistance to this, so that's handy. Okay, so that is going to be, you will notice that a small ice dagger in his left hand has been plunged into your stomach. You are going to take, you are still in rage, so good job, because it was a critical. So that is going to be 9 points of piercing damage after I reduce it.
Well, that would be great. That was awesome. That was that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, rage means that you have resistance on physical damage.
Yeah, I know.
And cold damage is going to be 6 points of cold damage. You have 1 hit point left, if I'm not mistaken. You will feel blood beginning to pour out of your body as the ice crystals try to grow and just have difficulty doing so inside of you. And I need another Witch Bolt from Lysithian.
I was getting ready.
Okay, this is an attack roll again, right?
No, it just automatically hits because I'm holding it. That's how the spell works.
Oh, so it's still arcing across. Okay.
Is it always hitting him in the beginning of every one of my turn?
Okay,
Yes.
so go ahead and roll me damage.
That's another 3.
All right.
I'm not.
So as he has this dagger plunged into your gut, Vistra, and he'll lean forward. You don't deserve her. And as he says that, another charge of electricity from the lightning arc connecting into his body is going to rip across, and he is going to be launched backwards through a fence that's going to just impale him right through the throat.
Oh.
And the combat is ended with you standing over the frozen corpse of this murderer. But as you look down at him, he will twitch slightly, and a spectral figure, roughly like a glob of spectral energy, cold, will start to stream out of his body, scream, and then shatter into dust with a scream that will haunt your nightmares for several days to come.
Oh, that was weird.
What happens to the body?
The body is a corpse,
Just a corpse.
as far as you can tell. Yes, a smoking corpse.
I'm gonna smack a hand on Vistra.
Okay,
Cure wounds.
sounds great.
Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks.
Nice. I rolled back, so
11.
11. So you're going to heal 11 points of that damage. Congrats, you are almost fine.
And I'm out of stuff.
Oh. No one goes after the halfling.
I mean,
Can I go home now?
I'm gonna pull him down and be like, okay. But if you're not willing to do what everybody else is doing, you should probably move towns.
If somebody else has to die, like what
I don't
makes
stay
you
in
so?
these towns.
What makes you so much more important?
I've got it.
I'm sure that I'm sure that person who went to die was also afraid.
I was afraid too.
yeah, fair.
Yes.
But if
Aren't
it's
we all?
If it's a way you guys decide to do it up here, then move town.
I didn't see anything tonight.
Thank you. You're
y-
fantastic.
If you,
I'd be careful though, because I don't know why he was hunting you for that particular reason.
Yeah.
Or how he found out.
if you folks need any clothing, come by to Grey Clothiers.
Hmm.
I'd
I could
be
use
happy
a
to.
change.
I'd be happy to outfit you.
That sounds nice.
Just no more cheating, okay?
Maybe move business.
Maybe
Clothing
move
is
your
good everywhere.
business. Yeah, move it more south.
Bremen
Maybe
doesn't
warmer?
do a lottery.
Yeah, no, Bremen doesn't. So
I mean, they get cold, but
it gets cold, but hey,
No day.
if you know how to make clothing, then you're fine. It might be a better place for business, I think.
Have you seen any cats?
Yes, also cats.
I'm looking for a cat. I just want a cat.
I have a cat.
well, I don't want you to have to give up your cat.
It's the guy at the loose skin seemed very depressed, and there's a lot of rats there, and I figure a cat will do very well there.
I can get you a cat.
Thank you.
Just don't steal any cats. Just a stray cat.
I was looking for a stray.
I'm not a thief. I can. I'm a merchant.
Hey, I'm not.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm just saying. Just don't steal cats.
We met you in very strange circumstances.
Yes.
That's true.
That's what my friend means.
He will just nod. And with that,
Go home and warm up.
he will nod and stumble down the alleyway. What are you all doing about the body?
I'd like to inspect it.
Okay, go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
I'm not getting close to that. That's creepy.
You will see...
No, that's garbage. With my investigation, that's a 10.
Do you want to spend your inspiration?
Oh, I do have inspiration. Yes.
Yeah, and it resets
I
every
would.
session, so you might as well.
Oh, bless the DM god.
It is okay.
So that's even worse.
Oh.
So I will take my 10.
All right, so glancing down at his body, you will see that it looks like it's been dead for quite a while. Like, it looks like a frozen corpse. Checking him over,
What's the snow like around here?
pretty deep, actually.
Powdery, soft, frozen solid?
Around him, extra frozen. And as you are looking down at him, you'll see that he's dropped... he dropped the longsword, which shattered like an icicle down the center. The dagger, as well, is still frozen to the flesh of his hands, as if someone had poured water on it.
So, evidence. That dagger.
Well,
I don't know if we want to cut it off his hand or something.
I mean,
think we
it's your
need it.
specialty. Do you need a dagger to do it? I have one.
I mean, it might be good for evidence other than the fact
For
that we
what?
saw him killing.
I mean, wouldn't it melt?
I mean, everything's icy.
I mean,
are
that's
we gonna tell the guards
that's
that
true.
we fought him?
We
He's
Coming
Probably
back when we're coming to collect the other 75
You know what?
coin.
yeah, no, we probably shouldn't bring it. But I'm
No,
going
I
to
think we just go tell her.
Yeah, no, I'm going
then
to
she'll
take out
see.
a
She'll follow up on rumors and see that he's not around anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to take
True.
out a piece of parchment from my bag.
Mhm.
And I'm going to make a very quick sketch of the of his sword.
Sounds good. You will also be able to notice that what he looks like. You can grab anything off of him. This is basically what he looks like.
Nice.
Okay.
So-
Nice.
So it looks like a roll piece of garbage.
He looks like a real piece of garbage.
He looks as garbage as my rolls.
You will notice that he has a very intricate belt you could take back as something as well. Looks like it has a couple of satchels in it that contain various things if you poke through and take it.
I'll take it, and then
Sounds
I'll sort through it later tonight.
Okay. There are several gold coins in there. 3 gold coins, several silver pieces, as well as a wooden whistle, and a playing card set, and a blue bandana
Okay.
stained with some dark blood. And as you surround the body, the air feels even colder as winter continues to creep over the land. One mission complete. And how does this tie in to the Frostmaiden's agenda? And as we pull back from the alley and up into the sky, we can see that the snow is only going to get worse from here. And I think that's probably where we should end tonight's session. Because it only went over by like an extra hour.
I mean, that's not bad.
It's not bad, and it was game 1, so you guys needed to kill something. I understand.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
So hey, congratulations, guys! You made it through session 1 of Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Yay!
What do you think of this adventure so far?
I'm in love. I'm having so much fun.
Good, good.
I was kind of going like, is this dude actually like guilty? Does he need to get killed?
Yeah, during our bathroom break, I'm like, don't worry, it's fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm gonna set it up so that you guys get something out of this.
See,
Ugh.
I'm used to generic, where you don't just go and kill randomly because then you get screwed over.
That is true.
You've trained me on this.
I mean, if I didn't kill him, okay, I got it. Now I speak common.
Yes, now speak common.
I'm gonna cast comprehend languages, or I'm gonna not comprehend. I'm gonna cast tongues on myself. Now I can speak common.
No, that's what Vistra's casting later tonight.
Ew.
Ew.
It's okay.
And Robin gets the first lay of the game. Lay of the game.
I think I made the first sex joke though.
You didn't make the first sex joke. So I think everybody did really well tonight. I think it's good. How are you enjoying playing a bard, Mike?
It's definitely really different from what I'm used to.
Mike is used to playing a super overpowered Gloomstalker Ranger.
Yeah.
Who's like, I just did like 104 damage this turn type of crap.
Yeah.
What level are y'all in generic?
10.
Okay, yeah. No, it was so weird. I was looking at like my baby wizard like spell slots. I'm like, I have 2.
Right? Like I only have 2 slots and I don't know what to do with I don't have my bow.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean-
you have to like play it so strategically when you're like baby, that's why I took Witch Bolt, because like
Yeah.
if you
You
keep your
have to have-
concentration, you can keep doing damage. It's such a good spell. I love that spell so much.
And you really have to take the cantrips that are attack based too,
Mm-hmm.
because like
Yeah.
we had started another game at the same time as generic back before we had like a proper Twitch stream going on, and we kind of had it filmed, but it never went anywhere, so we just kind of dropped it.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
nobody
yeah,
had
the
seen it
modern
yet.
day setting that I was running.
Yeah, we'd done
Yeah.
a kind of a modern fantasy setting.
It was cool. Like it was really
It
cool.
was really cool, and I was playing a wizard dragonborn, and yeah, my go-to was I think firebolt is a cantrip.
Oh yeah,
I
no,
was like,
firebolt is great.
Firebolt.
So good.
Yeah, magic missile is like key to have on hand when you're low level.
Absolutely. Because you can't
It's-
miss.
You can't
Yep.
miss. And I'm like, when you're baby and when your rolls are shit, you know.
Can I also just say thanks, Mike, for casting fairy fire? That gave me advantages on all my attack rolls, because like
That's what you got to learn, Mike. That and the bardic inspiration. You are literally everyone's best friend.
Support.
Yeah, no, Bard is such a good support class, but also like Dissonant Whispers, good call. Really good call.
Nice. All right, so
Yeah.
that's going to be it for tonight, guys. If you're just tuning in now, please watch the VOD. Give us a follow on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube later, give us a subscribe. It really makes us feel better when we see that number go up. And share it with
True.
your friends if they're going to play Rime of the Frostmaiden. Although, you know, maybe not if they're going to play. We did some tweaks, but this is a little spoilery. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's been great to see you. We will see you again every Monday night until this campaign is dead.
or we are.
Oh.
Ew.
And if it's a busy week here on Dorktale, so if you're looking for more content, we have Generic Fantasy Setting, which is our homebrew campaign, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific. We have Vampire the Masquerade Victoria by Night on Thursday at 7. We have The Secret of Hexeter House on Saturday at 7. We have Werewolf the Forsaken Sunday at 7. It's a busy week for me.
Me too.
Oh
Yeah.
no, what a problem.
Oh, what a
Playing
problem.
Dungeons and Dragons all week. Oh no.
Oh no! So come and watch with us, have some fun, and we will see you next Monday at the very latest. Goodbye, everybody!
Goodbye.
Bye.